You don't
if I'm
have a
talking
sincere
later
plan.
and you can't really understand it, like I mean it sincerely. It's just not coming out that way. My mouth full of emotions.
I feel like that's been my whole day, has been trying to explain that. But thank you everybody for tuning in again to this week of our weird word art to the tune of Dungeons and Dragons. A huge shout out to a lot of new followers from the Instagram. Ryan putting in some work over there with the memes, absolutely killing it. So thanks everybody. Thanks everybody. Do not be afraid to come hop in the Discord and hang out with us as well. We are always around somewhere doing something, even if we're not streaming Dungeons and Dragons. So if you have questions or you just want to BS with us or play other video games, come hang out. I know, Asto, I think you guys got something going on with Ark. We've been all real into Barrow Trauma lately. So yeah, like I said, we're always doing something. As far as updates this week, I don't think we have too much going on.
No, nothing that's ringing any bells. Just the Instagram is where the hot memes are, so go there. That's about it.
Yeah, just a lot of background projects that have kind of been put on hold just because of life is difficult and the world is evil. But yeah, I promise you someday we'll continue to we're continuing to get stuff out. So other than that, I think that's it. Ryan, am I missing anything? What about the rest of you guys?
No, I don't think I've got nothing. You guys got anything?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we will get started, right? So, last week on the 5 best friends, +2, -1, and a rowboat, you guys finally managed to face off against the Rakshasa and his evil Bone Claw minion in the mansion, the bedroom of the Argonel estate. And after a intense fight, the Rakshasa again managed to elude you and vanish, dispelling itself into another plane of existence. After several days of recovery and getting the curses removed, you find yourselves at a bit of a loss for what to do in the city of Uppsala. Many paths in front of you that could be taken. Gremnik has inquired about the potential worshipping of Handseath by some dwarves that may be in the area. Hayes is still concerned about the whereabouts of Fog. Asto still looking for his ship. Quaylin working on a mysterious map somewhere in the middle of the boiling seas in the Verdian Ocean. Val and Kalita just doing Val and Kalita. Adeptus, just helping the heathens. But with all of this in front of you, the Inquisitor, drained after days of purging your curses, the floor is yours.
Where are we all together in the chamber, sort of with the Inquisitor, or where?
The Inquisitor the High Inquisitor is still in recovery, but you are in the same keep essentially. So you're still in that sort of guest level of the keep, where essentially a few of you were put in the dungeons.
That was really nice of him to clear our curses.
Least he could do after we saved his skin.
Oh, really? We kind of brought the havoc to this town.
Yeah, the Raksasha would not be here if it weren't for me. So, we're kind of the issue here.
Well, evil does as it likes. We cannot hold ourselves responsible.
Yeah, I'd say we're even.
I wonder how many other towns the Rakshasas hit. Because he murdered that family before we arrived here, or set in this direction even.
Right, so I mean, it depends. I feel like he's more bound to probably more bound to me, right? So anywhere we head potentially could be in danger.
You're all a part of it now.
We go out into the wilds, like. Not trust anything that goes creeping up on us.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's the only way to be sure that anybody around us is not the Raksasha, is just to be alone.
We be needing help.
The dwarf requires booze. Someone will have to provide that.
I ain't had a decent drink since we landed in this long leg city.
Gremnik is really getting cranky about this, so that should be first priority, I think.
You're talking sense now, Catman.
Does anyone know the area?
Our tale. Forgive me.
Oh, that's okay. Does anyone know the area? If there's somewhere we can go, then maybe I don't know. Find a place to fix this thing head on and be done with it, because he just walked away again.
It'd be my way of thinking. There'd be parts of this beyond our control, but we know its tricks, so we can be ready next time.
Perhaps there is someone who holds knowledge. The Inquisitor said there was no one who would study such a thing, but I'm sure someone somewhere understands something about this creature.
It don't seem to mind magic none, but you drop a big enough rock on it, it'll squish.
Adeptus, you're from these parts, are you not?
This is my country, and these are my countrymen, yes.
Is all of Karsarta like this, where every time we go to, they're going to be, frowning on study of that sort?
Well, many things are studied in secret. But there are those, it is frowned on, since the knowledge of such foul creatures is not something that proper sorts should be looking into, but it pays to know something about your enemy. So I'm sure someone in Kasata wants to know. Master Cat, you and I bared the curse longer than the others. How do you fare now?
I'm better. I'm not complete. I'm still a bit tired. I feel like I need to catch up a bit, but I got plenty of rest, as much as I could anyway. Good to go. How are you?
I am well, thank you. You bore it with great strength, Master Cat. You impress me.
It's nothing. I just you got used to it after a little while, you know. I'm sure. Yeah, you do know. I'm sure.
Being so close to such a bright flame of Lythander, I'm not surprised.
I don't know if it was necessarily Lythander or what, but I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's amazing what happens when you can't sleep. I am going to miss those potions though. Those were pretty good.
Yes, it'd be good to mix into Master Dwarf's drink when we need some peace and quiet.
Yeah, you holding out on old Gremnik?
The chaplain are.
I've been long suspecting.
Don't tell him that. There'll be a dwarf-shaped hole in the side of that bloody building.
The way they build things around here. Lucky there ain't already.
Master Dwarf, you are a card.
So this is my thought now, is that I feel like any city we go to, anywhere we go to, we are potentially bringing danger with us. We're being hunted. Before we can do much of anything or trust much of anyone, we've got to, I think, bring the fight to it if we can. Find a way to draw it out and take care of it, and maybe somehow route it to this plane while we take care of it.
Hey, it's got 2 tricks we know of. Disappearing and running away when we're gonna kill it.
He's really good at that second one.
There must be something we can do about the disappearing act, though. You know. I was thinking, maybe a good sack of flour or some such.
Would he just bring the flower with him through the door?
No, I mean, disappearing before your eyes, not
Oh,
walking
yes,
between
yes.
the planes, like.
Okay, yes. I'm sure. Yeah, actually, that is nice and simple. I could probably. I usually keep sand or something around, so flour is not much different. Maybe we can find a baker in town.
Hey, you got fast hands, cat. I've seen you.
That's actually not the worst idea.
Of course it ain't. Don't like magic. Like flour.
Perhaps we could trap it some way. Forgive me, Master Crane.
Before we go anywhere, maybe we should kind of give thanks to the Inquisitor. He did kind of save our asses as well as we did his. I'm just saying, when he wakes up.
That's true.
Hey, I'm sure
Yes,
he'd like
sir.
to wake up and see us immediately. He'll look us right in the face when he wakes up, opens those eyes,
That's a good point. Maybe if he woke up, we're gone. All stress would be gone too.
The servants of Lythander require no thanks. They only serve their duty. However, it might be a nice thought to do that, yes.
After all, he is still a being.
Serve duty. To try serving a decent drink.
He's not a common bartender. It's the High Inquisitor.
Do we even know his name?
It's Samsonite. Or
Solomon.
Or it's Solomon. That's the one.
Been calling him Fancy Pat, personally.
Solomon G something.
Grundy?
His name matters not. Only his title and his deeds towards us.
That's a good point.
So, are you waiting for the Inquisitor to wake up? Are you spending a couple more days in the city?
Damn it, we told you to wait outside.
Oh, sorry, my lord.
While you're here, you tell us, the High Inquisitor, has he awakened?
Not that I've heard, my lord, but I'm certain I would not be the first to know, or maybe the second or third. Probably not the 10th.
What about the 15th?
Well, one,
Don't encourage him, Val.
7, no, 4, maybe.
Sorry, too many fingers, eh?
Well, it's just the pecking order, just figuring out who would be the first to. Is this something I could do for you?
You could go wake the Inquisitor.
No, please, no, don't do that. No.
Just give him a big shake.
Oh, I
Could
can,
you check?
Yeah, of course. Right now, you mean?
That would be...
Oh, yeah, no, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back. Clank, 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 clank.
Wow, he's still this great servant.
Yes, I shouldn't have snapped at him, but I have been so exhausted these past days.
I'm sure you're not the worst he's dealt with.
And for what it's worth, you knave. I'm sorry that we came to such disagreement in that house.
Ha! You're ready to clobber each other.
Let's.
It was not wise, but there we are.
We could all forget about what we did to each other in there. I don't think it was anybody's fault, really.
Wait, didn't you do something?
No? Why forget about it?
Don't be forgetting about what Gremnik did in there. With all of the, patching you up and saving your asses.
There was a lot of that from a lot of different ways, I feel like. Val and I were bouncing up and down like yo-yos at one point.
Aye, I had me hands full.
Yes, it was quite
Thanks was in order there as well.
impressive watching you tussle with that thing hanging off the ceiling, Master Hayes.
It was I've had that potion for a while, and I was thinking maybe if I was hanging upside down, that'd be hard to catch. I don't know. It worked out for a little bit, though. I did a decent amount of damage.
They were confusing to behold. I do believe that's an advantage on your part.
I should just carry those around at all times. Just fight on the ceiling from now on.
Where is that guy?
No.
It is a large place, I suppose. He did clank at quite the speed.
Hey, well, we decided anything about our plans? Do we steer clear of civilization, or do we go looking for help?
Well, with you in tow, I imagine we can't stay away from a tavern for too long.
Well, depends on how long you want to be gone. Hey, old Gremnik knows a thing or two about brewing, don't you know?
Well, here's the thing. If we stay in a town anywhere, either here or anywhere else, we're going to end up with another house full of dead people and children, and I don't feel... I don't want that on my soul. There's already enough. So wherever we go, we need to either isolate ourselves as much as we can, or have people that we need come to us and have some sort of way of screening that they're not, the Raksasha.
Do you think the Raksasha could breathe underwater?
I
have to find
no-
out.
Because I'm pretty sure Quaylen could build us a device to go underwater, and that's pretty away from everything.
So we just want to live down there?
Don't like
I
water.
don't want to go. I say we take a direction into the wilderness. Go.
Yeah, that's sort of, well, that's your Nicolita's kind of a realm, right? You kind of know that area pretty well.
I can keep us fed if there's, forestry around and stuff. And I'm sure Kalita could do the same.
Yeah.
You be sure this is wise, though? Are we not setting
It's
ourselves up
underwater.
for just to repeat? He comes, we fight. He runs when it turns against him, and we're back at square one.
That's true.
We need to be finding a more permanent way of dealing with this situation. A way to, as you were saying, Catman, anchor him here whilst I do the dirty deed to him, smash his face in. Or some way to banish him, or some place he fears going.
Where would we find someone to help us out with that? Maybe the Inquisitor knows, but I don't know this place. I've never been here before.
Not my city,
Maybe,
not my long legs.
I don't know, maybe we could find a way to, how do you go about hiring or, contracting out a Raksasha? If we find out how to do that, we might be able to find out people that know things about them.
I don't know if those are circles you want to go looking for.
Tain't like you
Yes.
just go putting up some parchment up on the message board there, Elf,
I mean, we could always get one of our own to help us.
No.
We get one, it's for practicing killing.
Lythander might burn Adeptus on the spot.
Yes, I do not like the idea of dealing with
Oh,
devils.
That's a fantastic
Not
idea.
even to rid of a devil?
As you guys are having this conversation, the door to the chamber swings open again. This time, it is the High Inquisitor. He's in his not his typical armor that he was wearing the majority of the time you were with him. Just sort of these sort of priestly garbs and robes. The sort of short brown hair on his head, slightly grayed at the temple. His face a little more gaunt than you remember. Sort of steps in and smiles for a little bit. Well, I'm gone for but a moment, and you're already talking about summoning demons into the keep. It appears not much has changed, eh?
No, we want to keep this away from civilization.
Yes, that would be wise. How are you all feeling?
Much
Very
better.
Excellent.
Thanks
Cooped
to
up.
you.
Praise the light. Don't thank me, thank the Lord of War.
There is always another dawn. I thank you from the deepest recesses of my heart, Inquisitor.
Is there anything
Yes.
you could use from us?
No, absolutely not, Miss Val. I appreciate that. No, but perhaps it would seem you are a bit aimless.
We don't want to have what happened here happen again in another town, but we also don't know how to stop him. Quite frankly,
Yes, I would tell you. You could perhaps the Spire, Master Theodore. They may assist, but it's just not my area of expertise. This sort of demonology or these devils. So I am not certain what degree of information they would have. You could, of course, travel north to Ilisk. Perhaps Master Kazoo could be of service there. They may have more. Morality takes a slight back seat to knowledge for some of these sorcerers. Besides that, I'm remiss to tell you, unless there's some sort of witch that you are aware of. Perhaps back across the Viridian.
So, I'm putting this out there. If we end up getting rid of this thing or stopping it somehow, what's to say another one won't be acquired to do the same task?
no promise, but we can't have this one after our tail over and over.
I'd be guessing there can't be too many of these creatures. And after one gets sent to do a job and don't come back, I'd reckon none be eager to follow.
I am remiss to agree with Master Gremnik on this matter. I cannot imagine that the cost to bargain with such a creature is cheap, and is probably not one that is golden. Who's to say? This is another option. Are you aware of the source of? I mean, perhaps you could cut out the other side of the bargain.
Like a counter offer.
Well, I don't know. Again, the ethics of such creatures, but that is an option. What you'd be willing to wager, I cannot imagine. Any.
Are you saying to take down the Iron Fist?
Well, yes. I mean, if that is who you believe has summoned this contract upon you, it is a standard for mercenary contracts to be null and void, where the party that would be, paying the contract no longer, if services were no longer required. I think you understand, yes?
The Inquisitor speaks great sense.
Sense he's trying to say, shank the bastard.
Aye, we kill it.
Well,
Eloquently put.
please do not put words in my mouth, Master Pirate.
How smart is this thing? I mean, if it only wants to kill Master Hayes, why can't we make it think it's killed Master Hayes?
What are you proposing there, pirate man?
I don't know.
Curious.
Snatch another cat, paint him up the same.
Cat painting, you say?
I couldn't hold it in.
I couldn't say it was a straight case. It was close.
I'm intrigued. Go on.
Be this how you pass the time at sea, like.
I'm sorry. Maybe my hearing is going in with my age, but what was that again? Cat what?
It is not uncommon in my line of work for there to be, assumed identities. Perhaps we can draw out the Raksasha and offer it, something like Master Hayes.
I don't be knowing much about the workings of devils and pacts and the arcane, like, but I don't know that just appearing like the Catman will be enough, I imagine it might be a deeper tie. Blood-like or some such.
Grand Inquisitor,
Scratching his head, struggling to find the words he's trying to say.
Well, I appreciate the promotion, but no, hi, Inquisitor.
Hi, Inquisitor. Sorry. So, is there anything that you're aware of that might make me look like I've perished, like a potion or a something to that effect?
Sort of like furrows his brow and strokes his chin for a moment. Well, I mean, yes, there are several. There are several combinations of herbs or tinctures that could essentially emulate one's death. May I throw a slight cog in this idea, particularly as limited as our knowledge may be of these creatures, that they typically deal in the souls of mortals.
Oh.
So this is my conundrum: is whether they would know or have some sort of understanding of that, and perhaps that is what he wishes to take. I am not certain.
I know you pay Gremlin to kill something.
I'm sorry, Miss Kalita. The dwarf was screaming at me. What is that?
I don't think playing dead around the sky will work. I think it would put him in more danger.
He was talking about eating it, Cat.
Yes, quite.
Yes, true. Okay, so our options are go take the fight to the Iron Hand, or find someone potentially in Ilisk that might have some knowledge and a way of stopping it.
Closer the better. I ain't in favor of getting back on that boat with that thing after us. Boat's bad enough.
How far is Ilisk from here?
I haven't made the trip myself, but essentially on foot. I don't know, 15 or 2 weeks perhaps.
Oh.
It's quite
fancy
a distance. It's several leagues away. I mean, it's quite far.
After one of those times I'd, patched you up and stuffed your guts back in, you mentioned something about more of me people around these parts.
Yes, Hanseath worshippers, you say, yes. There are
followers of the bearded ones.
Yes, so there are stories that come from the savage wilds and the nations north of Ilisk of several groups of mercenaries that are constantly employed by the various princes of Orst and Cavinta and Ulfstetson. It's vile, really, but it is their culture. But in particular, there are stories that come through of, every once in a while, mercenaries will travel down here on the way, either escaping the conflict or spending gold or what be it, and many times end up in drunken cells. But I have heard of a particular group of Hanseath worshipping mercenaries that have made their home or done quite well for themselves up there.
Fascinating.
Unfortunately, I don't have much more information. This is, again, the interrogation of drunken layabouts and vagrants, primarily.
Layabouts and vagrants, you say?
Gremnik kind of scratches his chin for a moment.
Mercenaries. Like they fight for your gold.
Well, not for mine personally, but yes. I mean, that is the concept. I mean, am I saying this word incorrectly? Is there another term in Dwarvish?
Oh, I bet just had me thinking, We got some what needs killing. That's what they do.
To some degree, yes. Now, again, I have not taken part in these I mean, many of these, the nations to the north are interesting, Master Dwarf. They are perpetually at war, and they have been so for many, many centuries. I'm not even certain if they know why they are still fighting, but many have taken advantage of such a situation, and I'm not certain how much actual warfare is done, or how much bravado.
Standing out on the field, shaking it at each other like...
Oh, yes, look at the size of my army. It's bigger than yours. Now you must back down. But I am not... I am not certain. I cannot say for sure. They are... for lack of a better word, savages.
Sound like most interesting folk. And you say they be located past this place with your learned ones, this Ilisk.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, quite. Thankfully, Ilisk keeps us quite at bay from them.
Sounds like all roads be leading through Ilisk.
2-week journey it is.
Unless I be hearing any better ideas from you lot,
Would we be able to acquire horses and a cart of some sort to maybe make the journey a little faster and more comfortable?
I'd probably have to travel as a donkey anyway. To not be seen as a tiefling.
I must assure you, Mistress Kalita, that it is being a tiefling is not an issue. It is. It was clearly a case of mistaken or intentionally stolen identity.
Oh, okay. I'm used to this anyways.
But I would be careful, particularly on your journeys. Most of Kasata is civilized country. We are still prone to the random bandit attacks and things of this nature. Ilisk, on the other hand, I am not overly familiar, particularly, once you cross the river.
In the strange critters we should be worried about? You know, large spiders hang from the trees, spit acid, things like that.
Oh my. Not none that I'm aware of. The roads are generally safe. Every once in a while you'll get the random goblin or orc band that has found their way down somehow from the wilds and through the mountains, but it is rare. It is relatively safe countryside. Perhaps griffins, but they tend to hunt bigger game, Master Dwarf.
I know, no oversized lizards to worry about, or some such like that.
I mean, none that I'm aware. We haven't seen dragons in this part in quite some time, if that's what you're referencing.
No, it's not the dragons, not the fire breathers, just, lizards, but, like, too big. So big enough to eat you, and your horse, too.
Yeah, again, none that I'm aware of. I have heard quite a few stories of Astapor, and there being gigantic lizards there, if that's what you're inquiring about.
Yeah, just always keeping my eye open.
Yes, but I'm never quite sure what you're into.
Occasionally he's into giant lizards.
I ever tell you about that time I got hit by a lizard?
Oh no, don't.
I'm a little confused now. One or two? Were you inside two giant lizards, or?
It could have been a large lizard ate by a larger lizard while I was inside it. I'd never considered it.
He was extremely tall, or she.
Quite the picture you paint.
Yeah, you buy me a drink, I'll tell you the full tale sometime. Tis gripping.
Perhaps the elf can put it into song, some sort of Lizception.
Hey, Gnome's writing a book.
I should put that together.
But yes, again, unfortunately, Master Kazoo would have more knowledge of Elisk than I. The surrounding countryside, but never fear. I mean, we do our best to keep the country safe, but it is a vast continent.
Well, sounds like we should be outfitting ourselves for the road. Finding mounts, food, provisions like booze. I'm saying we need booze.
Yes, of course. There is a general goods store on the southern gate that should. I will send a word that your unusual company should be arriving, and to be treated them with decorum and respect. As for the horses, just outside of the southern gate, maybe a mile or so, there's a decent-sized stable yard that should be able to outfit you.
Nice.
You've been most helpful, Fancy Pants.
Well, I do what I can. Again, your appreciation and understanding is in this effort is... I do not have words to show my appreciation. Hopefully all we have done is shown that we are not uncouth in our merits. We simply, of course, are looking out for the better interests of our people here. The Lord of Light accepts all into his fold.
You've been most kind and just helping us out with curing us of the curses.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
More than we could have asked.
No, and again, it is the least I could do. But be careful out there. It seems that trouble follows you wherever you may go. But if I may, I am still quite tired from our ventures and could use a bit more rest.
Hey, well, before we go, you get a good look. You get a good last look at us. For the statues, like.
Gremnick strikes like a heroic pose, puffs out his chest.
That's those skids in behind him. Does a huge curtsy, taking off his hat.
And you can see for the first time since meeting the Inquisitor, you can almost see like a smile and a laugh start to get stifled as he like sort of covers his face with his mouth and then brings it up to his eyes and rubs them. Of course, Master Grimnick. How could I ever forget your faces? They will haunt my dreams. For sure.
Visitor, before you go, I wish to thank you also. If your position had been held by a lesser man who had not the trust to see sense, then we would all be in a different position now. I thank you truly. May Lathander's light guide you, so I'm sure it will.
And you as well. Shall there always be a dawn for you, Master Theodore?
May you always find shade. I mean, light. I'm sorry.
Yes, quite. I'm not familiar with the Selvan saying, but yes, may you always also find shade outside of the light.
Light is hot.
Anyways, it was a pleasure. I will send word to the general store that you will be seeking supplies, and with that I will be off. Well, 5 best friends.
He said it.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Take care, Salmon.
Keep your eyes on your anvil.
And with that, he turns and sort of slowly exits and shuts the door behind him.
I thought he was just a stuffed shirt, you know, but he held his own pretty good up there.
We would have fared off much worse without him, for sure.
Aye.
Absolutely.
What time of day is it?
Roughly, based on looking outside, the sun is still in the sky, so it is still light out.
Do we want to spend the night and head out first thing in the morning, or do we want to pack up and go?
Let's spend the rest of the day getting ready for the road, and then find a good place to sleep, and take off, bright and early in the morning, like.
Sounds good.
Hey, find a good inn, somewhere that serves a decent drink, and we'll get out of this godforsaken, long-legged hellhole.
Hey, Grimrick, it'll warm up to you, or you'll warm up to it. I still don't know very many things down south either. But yeah, you'll be fine. It gets comfortable, you know.
I'd like it better when the statues are done, maybe.
And I just kind of ruffle Grimrick's hair and remember the greasy feel, but I'm used to it now.
So
Too bad. We can't take him with us. The High Inquisitor.
He has work to do here. He's pledged his life to a different purpose.
There's no way I can put up with 2 of them.
So we hit the shops.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, what do we need for the road?
So as you guys exit Varcrest, down the stairs, people sort of glance at you sideways. There's several looks and some murmuring, but for the most part, unlike when you first entered, it seems to be out of awe and some slight respect. It's something that you're not overly familiar with. A word of your, what took place at the Argonel estate has begun to make its way at least through the guards and at least through the this particular keep. So As you guys make your way into the city, much of the eyes just begin to turn towards the path in front of them. The streets are filled with carts and passerbys, horses, people selling random goods from random shop fronts. What is it you're looking for first?
Potions.
It's a bit.
Yeah, potions are always handy.
Okay. So, go ahead and make a... Who's looking prior to you two? Go ahead and make a perception check. You can go ahead and do it. Go ahead and roll one more time with advantage for... because it sounded like a couple of you were looking. Okay.
19.
19. All right. So, after sort of wandering the streets for a bit, you see several different shops. A lot of it is random tools or food, produce, fresh fish, quite a bit, as it is a port city. You do manage to find, after a bit of searching and a bit of asking around, you find a small alchemist shop. Inside, as you open the doors to this sort of a small stone and wood sort of Tudor style building, the scent of various herbs and things of that nature just hits you in the face suddenly. As you make your way in, there is a sort of elderly human working with a younger female assistant. They are the female is sort of grabbing multiple different herbs as the human the older male is pulling on some bellows and heating up several liquids. As the door opens, the elderly man doesn't even turn to you. The younger woman turns and says, "Oh, hello."
Hi.
Oh, well, welcome to the master. Was it putrid or but no? Yes. Welcome to the potent poultice. How may we assist you?
Oh, well, thank you for having us in the potent poultice here. I personally am looking for health potions.
Health. Long health. Shortened health. Sore bones. What? Broken muscles. Sexual in nature. What? You have to be more specific, madam.
Yeah, like the one that closes a wound after it's been opened.
Oh, yes. Typical adventurers, are we?
You could say that.
Yes, of course.
Thinking on the same level there, Asto.
Yes, well, we do have several health potions. Please, if you could, child. Yes, of course. I can't get what I had this little girl's voice on. So what? So we've got several coins. One that does it real good, and one that does it better. I think like a normal one.
How much for a A really good one, like a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, you want
Like the one
real...
that does better than the good one.
Oh, those ones are they're not cheap. Like was it like I'm sorry, man, 100 gold pieces for the good ones, the better one, the better ones, yeah.
Better ones. How many do you have?
We've got 3 of them.
3?
I'll give you 250
Shut up,
gold
dog.
for all 3.
You only have 3?
Oh,
Is this city under siege? What on earth?
I'm sorry,
Beautiful.
Master. What's that supposed to? It's typical. Just tell them to pay the money and go. We're under siege, whatever. Yeah. Wait. Listen. Cost of goods and these things take some time to brew, and it's not that common that we need to have such. Much of it goes to the church, and I have 3. I mean, I can keep these 3 for somebody else. You want to continue to be sort of like a rude.
I was just okay.
I mean, I'm an essential worker.
Listen, I'll take them.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be 300. 300, right? 300. Is there a sales tax on that? No. 300 gold pieces.
Shoot, it looks like I only have 250. Would you take that?
I mean, 250 is smaller than 300.
Just a little bit, though.
Hold on one second. Master,
Should have you doing the accounts.
I was here, gold. Well, how about 275?
Never mind, I don't want them.
Well,
I can throw.
We can put down a bit. We can each buy one. You don't have to buy them all.
I mean, you should take the money. You
I was
haven't paid me in
gonna give-
like 3 weeks. You have not paid me a single dime. I mean, you should take that. Yes, I miss it, madam. If you can do 265.
Okay, but that was my food money. So I guess one of
Yes,
you
well,
guys
if
is
you
to buy me dinner.
If you nearly starve to death, you just take a potion, and it will be.
That's a good point. Wow.
That's it.
Okay. I'll
You
take
just
them.
would need his food when you have
Two,
the magic
6.
of alchemy.
5.
This one has a golden tongue.
Here is a weird one for you. Do you have anything that if it gets into someone's bloodstream or something like that, might make them stop moving, like paralyze them or hold them in place of some sort?
Adventurers, you say?
Yeah, it's obvious, right?
Well, it sounds more like deviants to me.
We are heroes of the town, and you better remember it. We're the 5 best friends.
Yes, quite. That sort of paralytic is not my specialty. It is. I think if with a bit of Peladorna, it could be done. It would take me. A day or 2.
Would tomorrow morning be us okay? We're out of town by tomorrow.
It's such a rush. Always in a rush. These adventurers.
You get many adventurers here?
No.
Booze like this, I'd believe it.
Well, okay. Yes. I think I could have it figured out by the morning. How much do you require?
maybe two. I don't know how big your potions are, but like two doses,
Make it 3.
3 doses.
3 doses. For it would depend on
Three.
the surface area you wish to cover with such a poultice, but I could perhaps finish 2 by tomorrow morning.
That would be okay. Also, I could grab one and you can have the other.
Yeah, for such a rushed delivery, of course, there'd be a bit of an extra fee.
And name your price, merchant.
Well, based on supplies and of course the rush delivery. Watch this girl. Watch and fetch me that ledger. And you watch see begins to do some calculations and things. I think I don't know, maybe let's say 75 gold pieces per. It's 150 gold for the.
I fish out the 2 platinum.
With a bit of a rush, let's say 180.
Easy.
What if we told you we're being hunted by a demon of the 9 hells who has a tendency to slaughter those around us, and it's in the interest of your own survival as we leave tomorrow morning? What's your price on that?
280.
I like the first offer better.
Yes, well, demons weren't involved then. Now my life is in danger. There's hazard pay.
There's no one coming for you. They're coming for me.
You're going to be in danger, mate.
Well, what is it?
If it's your original, I can do 200.
200. Done.
Okay.
Yes, so. Yeah, we'll get to work on that right away. Anything else you require? Maybe something for the, for digestion, or to keep your fur shiny.
Hey, maybe a potion that makes you immune to getting cheated.
Well, I do have a bit that will help with your brain. Maybe something, maybe, to keep it young.
You saying you got a decent drink back there?
No, quite the opposite.
Ah!
I think you'd be looking for something that ages your brain, Master Dwarf.
Age, young, either way. I need it soon.
Yes, if that will be all, we have quite a bit of work to do to get this out before the morning.
Before you close up, might I inquire a strength potion?
Strength, how strong?
Well, I'm not looking to throw boulders, but strong enough to perhaps lift a person, for those times
Just
of
throw
peril.
one boulder.
Well, yes, it depends on the size entirely of, but yeah.
Well, sir, there are several varying degrees, and of course, the reagents required to formulate such potions is a bit of
Can you do it or not, Master Potion Maker?
I have.
Yeah, we need to go
have-
boulder rolling.
No, listen, I have the potions. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to pay. I'm trying to explain that they are expensive. But yes,
How much? You have ways of quantifying the strength of each one, I believe.
As in comparisons, you're saying? Yes. Let's just see. We have
The minor to the major, the great to the small.
Well, that may work for your standard health potion. It is not typically the unit of measure we use for strength potions. We usually try to compare it to, some sort of straight, ox or something. The DM is trying to buy time while he looks up the list.
I wasn't sure about you when we came in this place, especially with your dull-witted intern.
Yes.
But I must say, you've impressed me with your knowledge of such things.
Yes, well, thank you. So, she works hard, but her review is coming up.
My God.
He's been saying that for like the last 4 years, and I have not seen a dime. Yes, quite. So we typically grade these, of course, in giant strength. And so you have your standard potion of heal giant strength would be, somewhere approximately 80 gold pieces. Whereas, something larger, I think the best I have, the most rare, would be fire giant. But, this is quite rare. I have one of these potions, 500 gold pieces.
Perhaps the strength of a fire giant is too strong. Do you have anything less that is ready now?
Yes. All the giants of the frost or stone variety about the same. The heal giant would be the best. I believe. Young lady, could you please go and such? We have two of them. We have two potions of heal giant strength. If you wanted both of them, you'd be 160 gold pieces.
Yeah, that is a fair price. 1 second, let me just check my purse. I stumble around checking pouches and whatnot for a few minutes.
Seriously, we must get going on these potions, if you wish to. Have them in time for the morning?
Oh, please, get started. Don't let me stop him. Forgive me. Give me a minute.
Hey, what potions were the health potions?
Greater healing.
Okay.
Adeptus, I could just pay and you pay me back if it'd make it quicker.
Yes, I seem to have misplaced my money purse. That is quite kind.
By reflex.
Don't look at me.
What do you mean you misplaced your money purse? Yes, I will. He does need to start. I will pay the one. I'll buy the both.
Sorry. There we go. There it is.
Oh.
Thank you kindly for your offer, but I should be all right, Master Can. 160, did we say?
Yes, of course.
And then here you go.
Oh, yes, quite. Thank you. So, if you could, yeah, here they are, ma'am, madam, sir.
Sir? Thank you.
You're a sir, right?
Last time I checked, not to make a habit of it, I'm not a pervert.
Well, I'm not sure what that means, but to each their own. And thank you for doing business here with us at the prominent,
Potent.
patriarchal, pariah, potent poultice. Yes, thank you, miss.
So, any more shopping to do, or can we go looking for that potion that lets me stand being in the forest for 2 weeks with an elf? You know, booze.
We can do that. I think.
Yes, we've kept you waiting long enough, Master Dwarf. I'm sure you're very dry right now.
Ah,
Hey,
drier than that desert. After I got hit by the lizard.
hey,
Find somewhere to bed down for the night. Stock
Yes,
up.
The brain's a lizard at this point.
yes, Val.
take one of these potions.
Oh, you paid for it. Let me pay you back for it. How much? It was 100 each.
No, don't worry about it.
You sure?
Oh, yes. And, Asto, I think you need one too.
What's going on?
Just because, we don't know how to... We're like the guys that don't really know how to heal.
Yeah. We're kind
No.
of bad.
So at least we got this.
Sure. Thank you, Val.
Very much.
No problem. But yes, I kind of wanted to look at maybe weapons, something I can hit with my hands, Like something I need to be like good at aiming at, because I feel like I can aim better than I can swing.
Don't take you for the clobbering type, elf.
I just didn't do much help ever. I just lied there. Kept getting knocked down.
Hey, you don't gotta telegram, Nick. He was right there.
Yes, thank you again, Gremnick, for picking me up.
So you're looking for some weapons? Is what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. DM, what does my new studded armor look like?
It looks like your standard set of southern studded leather armor. It's nothing fancy to it.
It covers the dress, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Hold on, let me get this up. So you're looking for a Fletcher or something along those lines? Or are you what do you what are you looking for, Val? You're looking for like a bow and arrow?
Oh, just something that maybe requires a bit of dexterity to use rather than raw strength. I'm pretty good at hand crossbows. I don't know if that uses that,
It does.
or if that would be too hard.
That's a finesse.
So you're looking for something like a rapier, for a sword or a hand crossbow?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Asta's gonna throw Val one of his spare swords.
Sword?
It's a finesse sword. It's like a rapier.
Oh, you have a spare one?
I have 2 spares.
Oh wow.
They used to be coated, but
Thank you. Yeah, maybe just a hand crossbow then.
So after a bit of searching, throughout the town, you do find a sort of a Fletcher who has a hand crossbow. Hand crossbow is going to cost you roughly 75 gold pieces.
Okay.
is there more than one of those for sale?
Sorry, what?
Is there more than one of those available?
Yes.
I would like to purchase a second crossbow, please.
Second
Does
hand
this-
crossbow? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come with bolts.
It does not, but the bolts are. If you want a case of them, 20 would be about a gold piece.
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right.
Sure. Go ahead and mark that off. Add that to your sheet.
Okay.
Anybody else?
When Gremnik goes looking for booze, I'm just looking for a little, like a pouch worth of flour. So something like a fistful.
A fistful of flour. Okay, so you sort of wander around the general market. They don't typically sell it by the fistful, but you do manage to find just a small sack is essentially what you're looking for. It's roughly 5 copper.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So as you guys now, you've sort of searched the town and done your random shopping. You are, it is getting sort of later in the evening and the sun is beginning to set.
Looking for the seediest joint we can find.
The seediest joint. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a 20.
Going downtown.
Yep. Of course, the old bar
Naturally.
search. So, oh man. So after a bit of searching, the most of the town is fairly well kept, but you do find one down by the docks. Not the main docking area, but one of the smaller sort of the docks on the northern end of the city. It is the Hollowed Ale House.
Yeah, look at this place. Closer to the water, like. Maybe they have decent booze from across the sea.
Yeah, it's the tavern itself is like that sort of stucco style cabin with a red tile roof. The hedges outside are a little overgrown, which is one of the things that sort of gives away its seediness. It's got a number of, compared to like the other tavern that was very well groomed out front, there's a number of pots and miscellaneous supplies hanging from ceilings and shelves. A lot of really random, sort of rusty, to your eye, poorly crafted swords and axes and shields with random insignias painted on it, sort of meant to look like it is more than it is. As you enter, there is another sort of a very thin male human, as well as several other patrons. The bartender's sort of thin male human sort of looks up at you and balding, receding hairline, sort of reddish brown beard, and he said, "Yeah, well, all right. Well, look at this group. Haven't seen you around here before. What can I get you?"
I'd be looking for your darkest and your strongest.
All right, darkest and strongest. I think I can accommodate. You looking for booze or for grog?
Aye, the booze.
Well, it's not his taste in men, is it?
Yeah, I've got a particularly dark brandy. I could serve you. Just be a couple silver.
Aye.
And Gremnik, like in a rush, fishes out like a handful of silver and slaps them down on the bar top.
And you keep them coming.
All right, will do. Oh, have a seat wherever you may. You fancy gents may like. Ladies.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I was distracted. I was trying to come up with a lizard song.
What are you doing that for?
Don't worry about it. I'll show you when it's finished. What did you say?
What? Mate, I didn't say nothing. What, me?
I thought you called us.
Nope. I said take a seat wherever you like.
Oh my god.
What?
going on?
Did I miss something? Yeah.
No. We're good.
All right. Well, drinks all out, and it will just be the beverages this evening, or can I interest you in the special?
Yeah.
What's the special?
Well, the special this evening is, of course, a meatball soup with some nutmeg, a bit of leek, and a tank of bitter for 5 silver pieces.
What's the meat?
It,
I don't know if you want to ask that question.
I believe it's just a bit.
Perhaps quail?
I believe it's combination of pork leavings and beef. I believe maybe bit of turkey or duck. I'm not certain.
As long as it's done squawking, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's very good, sir. But I'll have the chef whip up the table a bit, and please, and again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The barnyard special will be delicious, I'm sure.
So as he heads in the back and starts shouting and cursing, the surroundings. It's not the seediest bar you've ever been in, but for this type of area, it is fairly seedy. So as drinks are served and the food is delivered, what are you guys looking? Are you looking to do bed for the evening, or what do you want to do? I guess before tomorrow.
We have any other preparations to do?
I don't think so. We bought what we needed. We were all pretty rested. We've been hanging out for a few days. I think we're
Old
okay.
Gremnick's tying one on. Old Gremnick's earned this. You watch him do it.
I'm just going to, just enjoy myself in the bar for a little bit, and as it gets later, go to my room. And get a room, of course.
Master Hayes, before you leave, I believe you intend to get a separate room of your own.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it is wise in these circumstances. I think possibly, as unsavory as it sounds, we should cohabit. What do you think to this?
Last time I fell asleep around my 5 best friends, I got stabbed in the stomach.
Yes, so you did.
Do the elf really count, though?
Sorry.
As long as I'm nearby, maybe an adjacent wall or something, but maybe a room without any windows and just a chair might be the best. Would you a chair behind the door?
Well,
I
I've
don't
got
like
good
it.
news for you, sir, because I have 2 rooms available, and they are both very adjacent, if you consider a bit of a curtain adjacent.
Perfect.
Okay, so the same room it is.
Oh, fantastic. We will go ahead and take care of all you that turn down. I keep switching from British to Southern. Turn down service. For post haste.
I turn down service. Okay. What is turn down, sir?
Could you please go make sure there's no rats in the rooms and clear out the bugs and make sure there's no sleeping drunks in there, okay? Alright, yeah, good. Now just fucking go, alright? These people got... I saw how much silver that dwarf had. As you guys begin to bed down for the night, the The evening itself, very quiet. It doesn't seem to be a very well populated tavern. The darker it gets, and as the night begins to settle, the majority of the patrons start to make their way out. Several removed. The rooms themselves aren't particularly comfortable. They're small. You guys have slept in worse, for sure. But the privacy isn't particularly a thing. I mean, they're over. They're essentially stables with small cots in them. So, as the morning approaches and you guys begin to make journey for, towards Ilisk and beyond, is there anything else you guys want to do in the evening? Any conversation you guys want to have, or any other things anybody wants to focus on? Val, you're working on a song?
Lizard.
Where?
Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
I think I'm all set. I just want to finish resting up.
Okay.
I just wanted to thank you guys for trying to clear my name when we first came to this town. I really appreciate that.
Don't you be worrying about it, girl. We ain't gonna let them drag you off like.
We're the 5 best friends.
I was sure of your innocence, so I pleaded as much. But I take your thanks. You were innocent, though, so no thanks needed.
Innocent, guilty. You're with Gremnik. I'd have clobbered the lot of them.
You're the only animal lover in the group, so I don't have much of a choice but to make sure you stay alive, or these guys would eat me alive.
I do need a cat heart.
That is... I don't know if I actually I don't know if that counts.
No, not you. Just, it could be your cousin or something. Just smaller.
Do they have like a social skills class in Elven school where you come from, or
Well, they taught me how to look pretty.
Okay,
Did they
that
now?
explains a lot.
You clearly weren't listening in class.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ow. Roll 1d4 burn damage. Jesus Christ. Alright, so a surprisingly easy rest comes. Not quite as comfortable as the Varcrest keep, but there's a slight comfort in just being back on the road and that tavern life, so to speak. So things are suddenly starting to make sense again. As the morning comes, Hayes, you pick up your potions from the potion cellar, and so you've got the 2 potions. You're not quite certain of the potency, but they are. He is very certain that they are some sort of paralytic. So go ahead and mark those down. As you guys make way, Gremnik gets plenty of booze for the road. You get some supplies between that and the tavern. It's roughly 5 gold pieces for the inn for the night, all the drinks, and then supplies you need for the road for 2 weeks.
Well, thanks for covering that, Gremnik.
Yeah,
Eh?
thanks,
What?
Thanks for
we-
buying us drinks.
No, you got it wrong. I said you thank Gremnik by buying him a drink.
No, you remember you offered to buy us all rounds, and you were very generous last night, Gremnik. We can't thank you enough.
What? Gremnik?
It was
That's really
complete
nice of you.
turn across the dwarf, but it is appreciated nonetheless.
Well, you did keep saying something about, like, worshipping Handseath, and that to worship him, you had to drink, and you wanted them all to stop being heathens and not drinking. If that rings any bells, Master Dwarf.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I do be figuring. How many gold worth?
No, so
10.
I do remember something about maybe quite a generous tip for the innkeeper, and
there weren't no bugs in me teeth when I woke up.
And he slides him an extra 2 gold.
Again, this is supplies at the general store. This is everything you need for the next 2 weeks, is really. So realistically, the inn and everything was maybe 2 gold. You slide him an extra 2 gold. That's up to you.
Oh, yeah, Gremnick's rich.
we wouldn't know.
And as
Did
all
I
of you
hear him
begin
say
to
that?
No, that was out of character, clearly.
and as all of you begin to make your way out of the northern gate of the city of Uppsala into the countryside of Kasarda on what seems to be a 2-week journey through and past or to Ilisk and beyond to find these storied mercenary group of Hanseath worshippers. We'll go ahead and take our quick break.
2 weeks.
Because
Oh my god, it's hot in this house.
Yeah, right?
Mr. DM, how do I remove weapons from my inventory?
I will handle all of that during the break. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sticking around. We did hit our viewer cap for the first giveaway. So close to the second one. So we appreciate you guys sticking it out, hanging out. Please tell your friends. So go ahead and type any suggestions, players. Type a word into chat.
Putrid poultice.
Putrid poultice.
Just how about just the word putrid?
Hazy sack.
Okay, how about just the word sack? We'll go with sack. Go ahead, and Talman will be the first. Talman, thank you for moderating the channel for us, Talman. So just the word sack into the chat, and we will do a Steam Key giveaway tonight. And thank you guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hey everybody, my name is Ryan, and I play Haze of the Field of the 5 Best Friends. Enjoying the story so far? Catch a live episode on Twitch, twitch.tv/2 charisma. Thanks so much, see you there.
They can't go out.
We're just going to come back, because I think I want people to hear this stuff. I feel like I want you guys to really listen to the random stuff we talk about during the breaks.
We have like old people that go down to Arizona though. I don't think that's like a temperate climate. Like it's good for the old.
It's nice 3 out of the 4 seasons.
They go in the winter. Yeah.
They love to say it's a dry heat. That's what you have to say if you're there. It's a dry heat.
Some of it's getting humid because of Phoenix has like irrigation stuff, but I've
you in minutes if you're caught out in it. Like, you're just aged like that guy at the end of Temple of Doom.
Everyone here is pretty northern hemisphere. I don't know if any of you have ever felt your feet burning through your shoes.
That's what someone said. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the hottest day I've ever experienced was in Arizona. It was
Can I pause this conversation
110
for just a second? Did you say the end of Temple of Doom?
That's true.
Is that right?
It's the Lost Ark. You're completely.
Oh, bollocks! It is, isn't it? God damn it!
I mean, it is because it's the Ark that. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Fantasy RPG used to live in Phoenix, but he can tell us all about this.
Yeah. Pure Misery, Family Fantasy RPG. They're one of our newer followers.
Oh yeah, please correct them. It's like
How many
Raiders of the
Canadians?
Lost Ark. Not.
I'd love to be able to just have a conversation with you guys about like relative temperature comparison between these places, but then we get into this whole Celsius Fahrenheit thing, and like I'm not prepared for that.
I'm so sick of you fucking elitists and your Celsius bullshit and your free healthcare and your Celsius bullshit.
Oh, it's 0 to 100.
Hey, we're gonna play that game. I have to bring up my good friend the metric system too. All right.
You want to bring your cricket friend over?
Oh shit! Shots fired.
We drive 120 kilometers an hour.
What does that even mean?
It's not my
I'd
fault.
say
that
it's worth
crickets-
fighting over.
Crickets don't like
To the death.
freezing cold Canadian temperatures.
Record day was 122. Family Fantasy RPG said.
So like, what's that in Celsius? Anybody? What's
So
It's like
What's that? In,
I
like,
don't know. What
48,
temperature does water
45?
boil at?
that's 100. So it's probably like 55, 60.
Oh,
That sound right?
damn.
Yeah, I was.
It's
yeah,
time
yeah.
or minus 32 divided by 2.
I'm just Googling this shit, boys.
So like 45 or so.
So let me ask you a question. Doesn't 122 sound way more impressive? Like, that really gives you... 60 doesn't sound like it's that hot. I mean, it's like, what's an average day in Canada in spring?
Yeah, but I don't want to be tricked by the temperature into going outside.
13 is that what you said?
I know that's what I am being now. I want to be
degrees
tricked.
Celsius, I think? Yeah, right.
Like, we don't got to go measuring the temperature in dick inches, you know what I'm saying? But, oh, it's 50. 50 degrees Celsius is 122. And that's fucking hot.
Yeah.
I've been in. It was like 60 Celsius heat. It was in Morocco in a heat wave, and it was just insane. Like, all the water in my body was just. It was in a sort of sweat. It was just draining out of me. Like I had to put a bandana on so I could see, because sweat was in my eyes to such a point I couldn't open them. It's insane.
I have been there.
I've seen like low 40s. That's like stupid hot for this part of the world.
Yeah.
So, like, now imagine that, but like a wet heat, and then you have Florida, which is why we...
Or
make fun of
Massachusetts right now.
And
Florida. Oh,
Corona.
come on.
It was the real feel was a 103 today. It was not fun.
That's still pretty hot.
My mate says that because apparently there's a lot of weird stuff that happens in Florida, and I was like, "Whoa, what's up with the those people?" And he's like, "It's the sun, dude. It's baked their brains. They're all fried."
Yeah, that's about it.
I
That
saw a
was pretty
picture of
good.
an alligator with a knife sticking out of its head. Like, somebody, like, nah.
Yeah. I did
Is
have
that
a
even a thing in Florida?
I did have a podcast idea that was literally just me, like, just Florida man, and just like literally just me reading headlines from news
Oh, and, like,
stories.
a
A
nice
Florida man,
sports
yeah.
coat?
I was
Nice
just
sports
Just
coat.
Google it someday in a nice sports coat.
Subject
Yes.
of a chat show. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a sports coat I've always wanted to wear. Let's do it.
I haven't. So we were just talking about Texas because I think Ryan's wanted in Texas and not allowed to go there. But I enjoyed Texas, like San Antonio. So, most of the time, but I wasn't there. I mean, I think I was there maybe September, October. And I know that same year Oklahoma was like 114 degrees too. So I know it's brutal out there.
For me.
Yeah.
Salman, I will totally give that article a read after
I
the
love
stream.
Popular Mechanics.
Thanks, dude.
Remember when
Yeah.
Alicia Cuthbert was on Popular Mechanics for kids?
No.
No.
What?
All right. So again, guys, that is just a taste of what happens when we take these breaks, and sometimes why it takes so long to come back, because I cannot get them to stop talking about Fahrenheit, and you missed the R-rated stuff that was before that. So as we come back, you guys have now gotten your supplies. You've gotten everything ready for your trip to begin it. You head out of town. How many are you? So, what are you looking for horse-wise? Are you looking for horses, carts? What is exactly that you're trying to acquire here?
We're trying
I want a horse.
You want a
Well,
horse? All right.
Would it be
share.
cheaper? Would it be cheaper if we did a few horses in a cart, or would it be, or should we all mount up separately?
Well, let's see now. If you do a few horses in a cart, we can get you. I have a gigantic list of this stuff, and it's failing me at the moment. It's been failing me all night.
Well, spit it out.
I'm working on it. This is not it's not like we have the fancy mechanical devices that do all these mathematics in our head for us. We have to do this stuff by hand.
Guys, did we go to the right stable?
I didn't see another one.
He just doesn't seem to know a lot.
So the cost of a just your average riding horse would be 75 gold pieces. For a pony, you're looking about 30 gold pieces. If you're looking for a cart, it'd be like 15 gold pieces. If you're looking for like a carriage, it's like 100. So.
Okay, I take it back. He knows a lot.
Oh,
And,
Gremlin, don't mind having a pony.
I feel like I'm a bit tall for some of these horses. I will just, I'm fine with a cart if we want to. And a cart is good if we need to put stuff in it, if we can't carry it all.
Yes, I will ride with you in the cart, Master Cat.
So I
more
will purchase a
horses
cart.
traveling this way.
So, Kalita, horse or no horse?
I'll just turn into a horse and
Okay.
Flex.
do it that way.
Are you gonna let somebody ride you?
I'll pull the cart.
Okay, nice. So there's one taken care of. Two technically. Gremnik gets a pony. That's 30 gold pieces. Quaylen?
I would like to procure the finest horse and buggy money can buy.
The
With-
finest?
Extended shaft tips, false breaching D with splinter bar, footrest, box seat rails, a little bit strong, with a back seat and a tailboard with side spring, back step, hubcaps, and spokes. And I want the fellows to be shiny, and the Louviers better be the finest you have.
How do you know this?
I have a very specific diagram pulled up in front of me, in front of my bed.
Well, sir, I didn't hear any mention
And
of...
I assure you, I will be inspecting before my purchase. I would like to see the goods.
Sir, I didn't hear any mention of bit and brittle. Bridle? Bit and bridle?
Well, we haven't even got to the horse yet, you. Who are we dealing with? That was just the buggy.
I mean, I've got this pretty basic carriage here, closed, that's 100 gold pieces.
Wait, don't you work at the potion shop?
No, that's I think you're thinking of my little cousin, Tammy.
What's his name again?
Truly a family of many vocations.
You know, we keep telling her not to work for that guy. I think I think he's got he hasn't paid her in years.
Isn't there a board you can report that to? It sounds illegal.
It's actually quite legal here in Casarda. It's one of those weird bylaws, you know, like no spitting in the street.
Yeah. No throwing an orange left off of horse when crossing.
Yeah,
That
you
kind
got it. You've been here before, eh?
I actually studied that law. Yes, I've seen it.
So wait, does that mean you guys allow slaves?
No,
Is that
absolutely,
a
no,
law?
absolutely not. No, it's like a sort of like a trades thing, right? So you take on an apprentice, quote unquote apprentice, right? But there's no law that says you can't have an apprentice for 35, 40 years, as long as you provide them room and board.
I believe it was an abbreviation of indentureship. Inter something.
Hey,
Okay.
So, are we getting so that $100 wagon cart that we're looking at? How many people would that fit?
Well, you're looking to fit probably comfortably 4, I would say, but you could probably squeeze in 5 or 6, depending on the size of some of y'all. Depends on who's riding.
And how many horses do we need to pull it?
Just one will do.
Okay.
Again, depending on size and all.
So that's me, Adeptus. Kalita, you will be pulling it. Asto, you're getting your own horse.
Aye.
And Gremnik, are you getting that pony?
Hey, I like the look of this one. Feisty.
And so Val, did you want your own, or you could ride in this room in the cart? It's just Quaylan and there's room for one more.
Mark is collapsible. I can shrink him down. No problem.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Well,
if there's room, I mean, sure.
Okay, so
Oh, wait, don't see.
horses.
Yeah, you mind if old
tag,
Gremnik uses your smithy? You got a shoe me pony.
feed.
Can I just say? Can I say one thing? When Grimnick said I like the look of this when he's feisty, I just pictured this thing laying in the hay. Like flies buzzing around his nostrils.
just like shitting, just like straight shitting off to the side on like something that was supposed to be.
Yeah, with like a bite missing out of one ear, you know.
That one's a fighter.
Okay, so for the horses, the carriage, the pony, enough food or feed for the for 2 weeks. You're looking. We'll just go ahead and say 280 gold pieces.
Yeah, and here's 100, and I'll drop 100 on it.
Here's 40 for me pony and fodder.
I'll, how much did you say, Asto?
I'll put in 50.
That's just 10 gold left, I think.
No, that's 190 if my calculations are correct.
I can put in 50.
How much was the final total? I'm sorry.
280.
Oh, 280. Okay. Yeah, I can just grab the remainder. So that's 150. How much did you put in, Val?
50.
200. Yeah, I'll put in the remaining 80.
Fantastic. So you guys saddle up and you begin to the carriage. Who all is in the carriage?
I
shall be riding in the carriage.
Val, Adeptus,
Me too.
and a condensed Mark.
Yes, I've shrunk him. He's in my pocket.
But before they disembark, Gremnick puts the horseshoes of speed on his pony.
Okay.
Takes a moment to shoe it up.
Oh.
So you're gonna be faster than the rest of us?
You know, we have the choice to be.
Asto's watching rigidly, hoping that the horse kicks Grimnick.
That poor thing has a heavier weight to bear. It needs all the help it will get.
It does piss, but it does not.
no.
Oh, that's pretty.
Back on the road again.
Sing it with me, straight.
Do 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 do.
Well, I don't hear that.
Country road.
Take me home.
Take me home.
To
To a place. How long?
Sweet
Cassandra. Country mama. Take me home. This instant.
Oh God.
Fantastic.
So as the sort of Kassarshan countryside now spreads out before you, it is sort of long, flat fields as far as the eye can see. Realistically, I mean, it's a very rich, fertile area. Random farms and fields popping up all across the journey. So your first leg of the journey, you discover, is primarily taking the this sort of high road through the coastline all the way to the Ebulus River.
Just as a note, DM, I'm keeping a lookout on the sides of the road at the front of the wagon.
Okay.
I stop and graze on the fertile country side.
It seems we've come to a stop.
What are you gonna do about it, Quaylen, huh? You take charge of the situation.
I'm just gonna wind up this little key on the back of Mark and send him running across your spine.
Okay.
Kalita, are you okay? Or if you were hungry, I could have gotten you something.
I totally ignore you and keep grazing.
Horses, baby.
Okay.
There she is.
Well, whenever you're ready, Kalita, I guess. Oh, okay. And I go back in the the wagon.
All right. I tried to catch up to the pony that's going quite fast for a pony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good to be back on the road.
It is, as much as the nice beds were, there's something comforting about it, is it? Is there not?
Yeah. You can see far enough to see what be, coming at you. Moving around you like. Not so thick with long legs.
From that perspective, yes, but I do miss the high living of the Spire.
Bah. High living. Bland food. No good drinks to be found.
Well, you would be quite surprised at what some of the clerics keep in their larders, Master Dwarf. Perhaps we shall taste some if we ever visit.
Old Grimnicky's always willing to, try something new.
Could I make us all eggs? All of it?
It couldn't all be eggs, could it?
I think it is.
But,
What else would it be?
How much could you do with eggs, really,
You can boil them, poach them, scramble them. You can do a bit.
We do an alcoholic beverage, eggnog?
Nog, you say?
Yes, for short. I like a good bit of nog.
You're saying you had a fancy drink all this time. We're in that city, and you never thought of telling old Grimnick.
Well, I didn't think it would be your taste. You
Why are they all
never showed
keeping
much
secret?
interest in boiled eggs.
That has to be better than that piss water you call ale. Ugh. Hold it up to the
I'm
light,
sure
it
it-
shines right through.
Wouldn't have been to your taste, I'm sure. A more refined palate is normally it's vendor.
Ah, like I said,
I'm sure
good to
you'll
be back
take
on the
no
road.
offense.
Tch, refined. The palate's refined, all right. It's been through the works.
Oh, Quaylan, while I have you here, and we have 2 weeks worth of time, I completely forgot until.
What is it? You want me to look at your boots now?
No, not my boots. No, I just these just look like toys to me. I've been sort of entertaining myself with them, but I found them in the basement, and I haven't been able to figure out what this creature is. And I bring out the 2 turquoise figures I found, and the one that sort of looks like a weird shaped creature. I show him.
I know what these are.
Make a intelligence check.
Not only will I do that for you, Coach. I would do that for you. You're a bit foggy on the details. It's not something that I remember right away. Perhaps if I did some more research, I could find something.
Well, one of them.
Oh, you don't-
One of them is a horse.
Yes,
This one is most definitely a horse because I have reference material. It came to me now. Yes, I just had to look up from my books. But I'm
Thanks.
afraid this other one eludes me at the moment. Sorry, I'm so caught up in my work right now, returning to the Lyceum with my job unfinished. It's quite embarrassing, I assure you.
The where?
Is that where we're going? Where are we going?
we're heading towards Ilask, but I didn't know what is the Lyceum.
Well, it's where I studied, of course. Everyone's heard of the Lyceum.
I didn't leave home until I ran into Gremnik a couple months ago.
I didn't leave home until a few months ago. How old are you?
20.
Oh dear God, you're just a baby.
Well, old enough. Don't look at me like I'm a child. How dare you?
Yes, the child. Speaking of which, I actually have something for you, young man.
I grin a little bit and flick the end of my tail at the young man mentioned.
It's something I've been working on in my pastime. Very little of it that I have, just here and there, but it's from before. It's just been sitting here, and you might as well have it.
And I throw him the puzzle box because I finished building that, right? With the
You did. You actually finished it on the ship.
I throw you the puzzle box.
Ooh. Puzzle.
It should keep your hands busy for quite some time and off of Eleanor. I kind of tuck her away.
Quailan, I'm not going to steal
I
from
see
you.
you look at her. Off with you. I have much work to do. Enjoy your little toy.
Okay. Sorry. And I go and kind of scoot as far as away as I can from him in the wagon, but just sort of an awkward air in the cart now. Not quite sure what I did wrong. And I check out the puzzle box and I start fiddling with it.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
$21.
So the box itself is actually not so much of a cube as it is a hexagonal. The different sides have weird doors and pulleys and switches, and it seems to open from multiple different sides. The whole thing itself is maybe about 12 inches wide, so it's about a foot in diameter. It's fairly large. As you begin to sort of mess around with some of it, there are components of it that are similar to disarming traps. There's components of it that are similar to lock picking. So go ahead, if you're going to try to open it or try to open one of the sides, go ahead and make a thieves' tools.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Quaylen sneaks a glance up from his work.
Which side looks good? I'm going to start right here. 13.
So as you begin to work on one of the sides, you notice a couple of them have to work in tandem. As you begin to work one of the very lock type, it's got several pins and tumblers on the side, and as you use your tools to try to get in, something clicks, and you pull the tools out, and you go to turn it, and everything sort of snaps back shut again.
Oh.
So after several hours of playing with it, you're still no closer to figuring out how to open it.
Well, this is good.
Oh yes, I don't think you'll get it today, but keep trying.
You bet I will. I'm going to spend the rest of this day in the cart trying to open it.
As you guys begin your journey, is there any other anything else anybody wants to do in this first day?
I would like to inspect that. Do I have to? Because I have to attune to that ion stone, right?
Correct.
And I was. Which one was it again? You said it was the proficiency one?
Yes.
Yikes. And then I would like to study it. It is very peculiar item indeed.
So you take several hours to sort of dive into it and get a feel for the essence and the way the magic works inside the stone. And after spending a myriad of time sort of meditating on it and focusing with it, the stone begins to, while it floats, it was floating gently in place. When prompted, it is now floating above your head.
Oh, how splendiferous.
Well, that's a neat little trinket you got there.
Yes. A very interesting gimmick toy, I assure you. Just,
Do I have to attune to this Horn of Valhalla? Valhalla.
No, doesn't require it.
White buffalo. White buffalo.
Do we've like over this we've gained all of our hit dice and everything back, right?
Correct, yeah. It's been almost a week since you guys were last in the Argonel state. Between all the like healing and the extra night you spent.
I would like to fill my censer with incense and swing it back and forth behind the cart to spread the light of Lythander across the land.
Okay.
I'm taking advice from you, Master Dwarf. Smoke on the wind, was it?
I don't know that's the right type of smoke, though.
We both conduct it in our own way.
At this point, Gremnick's drinking brandy and regaling his pony with stories of adventure.
Okay.
Careful with that thing, Gremnick. Its ears will fall off if you carry on.
Ah, he's a hardy type. Look at him.
I wasn't sure if it was alive when I first saw the thing.
Ah, you can't go begrudging him a good rest. He's a hard-working pony. It ain't easy being a pony in a horse's world now, is it?
Master Dwarf, what do you hope to... Do you think you might know some of these Handseath worshippers?
Know him? Ain't never met another, to be quite honest with you.
Never met another?
The bearded one is, his name ain't so common on the lips of my people. Not anymore. Not that I've ever known.
I thought you were from a tribe. Forgive me, Val.
No.
I thought your tribe practiced Handseath worshipping.
No, me people, they be favoring Moradin and Dumathoin, Baronar, you know, the more upright, upstanding members of the Dwarven pantheon, you know. Not favoring Handseath so much.
I see.
Ain't he the most popular god, they could be saying.
Was it you who found Handseath, or Handseath found you?
For most definitely him doing the finding.
I'm sure it was, Master Dwarf. I'm sure it was.
Don't. Yeah, I'll tell you about it sometime. You know, I'll tell you about it. You know, it's a long story, like. But I'm sure you know the like of the tale. Your Lathander, you know, you speak with him, he speaks to ye. You know what it'd be like. When he appears before you and starts telling you whatnot.
You have these lips of Handseath?
Aye. Yeah. Don't you speak to Lathander? Don't he appear before you? Don't he tell you what to do?
He demonstrates his power in action rather than appearance for me.
You're telling me you follow a god you ain't never spoke to or even seen?
But you have seen the power of Lathander has. Many times we have been in peril, and he has answered.
I know I don't be denying that he be there, but that seems so impersonal, like. He'd never come down to you and say, "Oh, hey, no, priesty boy, how you doing? You convert any heathens today?"
I'm sure if I smoked enough of your pipe, I would.
It's a long road, priest. You're welcome to try.
I still remember the last time.
Had to keep you from falling in the river, as I recall.
That you did. I thank you again, Master Dwarf.
You ever want to take another swing at that, you just let old Gremnick know. You'll get the
Best
hang
to
of it.
keep my wits about me, I feel, for now.
Yeah, brings you closer to God, don't you know?
How long do you think it will be before we get there?
Don't
How
rightly
far
know.
off is the river?
And you, Master Quaylen, do you think they will be able to help us at Ilisk?
Yeah, what was that? Ilisk, yes, very adaptive people. Yes, many helpful people in Ilisk. Yes, quite. That's good.
Remember, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure that devil is watching us constantly.
So as you guys are in just the first day of your travel, and the sun begins to set, what are the camping arrangements that you'll be keeping along this journey? What is the, how are you bedding down? Who's keeping watch, etc., etc.?
I'll tell you what. I got a hut. We should sleep in it.
Can we fit the hut like over the wagon if we put it in the back?
No.
It's a tiny hut.
Be bigger. Learn a bigger hut.
Can I enlarge her hut?
Oh my. Wait, is the hut size relevant to my size?
No. The answer unanimously is no.
I'm gonna sleep on top of the wagon on the roof. Is that a roof?
You're not gonna come cuddle in the hut?
No.
But what if something bad comes over sleeping?
I'll come running to the hut.
Okay.
But yeah, we should set that up and probably just pull off on the road in the most inconspicuous place we can find. I know sometimes that might not be available, but just as a general rule of thumb.
You have good eyes, Master Hayes. Do you see a spot?
Let me see. With a 23 perception, do I see a safe spot to bed down?
Yeah, so slightly off the road, you pull into a small glade. There's several trees, but it is fairly open country. The surrounding hills and sort of tall grass gives you guys a bit of cover from the road, but a fairly good view of it if you in either direction you feel like if there were horses or anything coming down it. So, but you are maybe a quarter of a mile off of the main road itself.
That spot over there looks pretty ideal. It's a bit off the road, but maybe that's for the better.
I trust your eyes.
Ecolita, if you want to start taking us towards that way, I think that would be a good place for the night.
Pull off the road and go to where he's pointing.
Okay. So who's keeping watch? So, Val, you're casting the hut. Asto, you're sleeping on top of the carriage.
Yeah, I'll keep watch from there.
Okay.
I don't need to sleep.
Well, come in if you get tired and warn us. Poof! Hot!
Did you shit yourself?
Again, not a hut, but a large dome. It's barely visible. It shimmers a little bit against just barely showing off where the boundary markers are. The air inside is comfortable and dry. Otherwise, it's the open ground.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to... should have gotten some sleeping bags or something.
You did, yeah. I said you guys got all that stuff. So you got rolls,
okay.
you got everything you needed there. So as you bed down and make camp for the evening, Asto, I guess, who was taking first watch?
Yeah, I got first watch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. So I'm assuming that's pretty... Oh, 16, sorry. That was Hayes. 16? Okay.
16, yeah.
So as the sun falls from the top of the carriage, you have a pretty good view of the surrounding area. There's some slight rustling in the tall grass, but a few moments later, several birds fly out. The road is fairly quiet. There's a few horses that trot
What kind of birds were there?
Just like sparrows, like your sort of basic, or cardinals, or
All right.
blue jays, that type of. Another American baseball team. So again, so first watch goes by, the sun sets, deep into the night. You hear the telltale crickets, very clearly letting you know what the temperature is going to be like, as is customary. It is late, getting into late fall, so a lot of the foliage is beginning to change color. Winter is just another month or so away. Or start, winter, a month or two. Right. I should say early fall. I'm sorry. But as the hours drip by, nothing catches your attention.
Coincidence.
Who's up next?
I'll do it.
Yes, the elves know their place.
What is your purpose?
To watch.
Are you staying inside the dome, or are you going up on top of the carriage?
I have
Come
to.
inside the dome.
I have to stay in the dome.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Hey. Yeah. Nice. 25.
So it is, sort of late in the evening when Asto, wakes you from your meditation and switches places with you, essentially. You spend the majority of the night, working on some of the lizard song.
Grimnick was scared. Say, go on.
Most of the night goes by without a hitch. You don't hear any noises, nothing. The random animal sounds in the wilderness, the random cart or horse. The earlier in the morning it gets, and as the sun is now fairly high in the morning sky, you guys all awaken and get yourself back to the main road. You have another several days of travel. So let's go ahead and make, Hayes, you're continuing to keep watch, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fiddle, like, keep an eye out the window and fiddle with the box and between.
Okay. So give me another Thieves' Tools check. Give me another Perception check.
It's a 19 on the perception. And then these tools, that's a deck. Normal roll. That is a 22 on the Thieves' Tools.
Okay. So the next 2 days are fairly quiet. I mean, at first there's quite a few carts and other horse traffic passing you on the road and accompanying you. So the road itself is very busy. Several small inns and little farming towns pass by you after the second day. As far as the puzzle box itself, after working out what you believe you figured out one side of it, the second side is still causing you problems, which forces you to reset the entire thing, because it all has to kind of be done in tandem. So you figured out one side, you still have 5 more to figure out.
Oh no, okay.
No.
Quillen kicks back. Nice try, Master Hayes. Better luck next time.
You're enjoying this. I don't know if I like that you're enjoying this.
Oh, quite a bit. Yes. Anyways, much work to be done. Keep trying.
No, I asked for this. I literally asked for this. Okay. Maybe here.
So late into the third day, you are scanning the countryside, looking for a place to pull off, when you see several birds circling maybe 1.5 miles off the road.
Kalita, do you see that up there?
I'm gonna snort.
If I spoke horse, I would assume that's yes. Okay. Don't birds normally do that when there's a something dead over there?
I'm gonna stomp.
I think there's something dead over there. Is what I'm trying to say. I have no idea what you're telling me, but that's what I think. I think there's something dead over there.
Should we send like somebody on a horse or a fast pony to go check it out?
Kalita, I am.
Do you want me to take the cart down? I'll take the cart down.
Is she okay? She's making a lot of noise.
Well, I'm trying to point that out to her, and I guess asking a horse is a terrible idea. But
Perhaps he has a tick.
You okay, Kalita? And I start rubbing Kalita's back a little bit.
My ears are forward. I'm okay.
Yeah, she seems okay. But I was pointing out those the circling birds up there.
Yes, we should investigate. Although it could be a trap, but when have we been ones to pass up a good trap?
I mean, it could just be a dead animal or something like that, but that is a lot of birds.
I could go for something to eat myself.
Yeah, if it's fresh kill or something like that, that's free dinner. So yeah, I guess everyone okay to check the spot.
You take the carriage and everything. You just head off the road.
How far away is it off the road again?
About a mile and a
It's
half.
a mile
2
and a
miles. Tough to tell.
Oh. I mean, it's worth it if it's a fresh venison kill, right? Something like that.
Could be all sorts of things. Food would be nice though. Or something to clobber.
Well, like a goblin den, I'd have a lot of things. Hey, Gremlin, it might be a goblin den.
Could be a goblin then.
Do you want to go to the goblin den, Gremlin? Do you want to go to the goblin den?
I want to go to the goblin den.
Oh, I know the good Gremlin wants to go to the goblin den. So stupid.
I look over at Adeptus. We should not be going into a goblin den. What are they on about?
I wouldn't worry too much, Master Gnome. I'm sure it's just idle chit-chat.
Yes, of course.
You know how those two are.
Come on, Kalita, let's go.
So we dismount, and we're gonna group up, and go trudging towards it. Maybe you sneaky types might want to take the lead, you know?
What are you talking about?
You know what I mean.
That over there, the circling birds, we're thinking about checking it out.
I mean, what are you talking about walking? It's just right
It's off the
over
road.
there. Have
It's
a
off
look.
the road, like. Through the bush.
Is it traversable, DM?
It is. I mean, the grass is tall, but with the horses in the cart, it's fairly easy to make your way through. So if you're attempting to keep eyes on the birds and head in that direction, it is. The sun is getting very low in the evening sky, so you run the risk of not being able to make it back to the road before dark.
I'll know the way back.
Worst case scenario, we just camp out over there and we have the hut, so we should be okay.
We have begun towards it now. We might as well see.
Curiosity killed the haze.
The haze is doing pretty good so far.
I know, Hazy. I'm just bugging you.
I know.
I really do hope it's a goblin den.
Wouldn't goblins be fun?
I just want to see Gremnik go all, crazy.
Ain't crazy. It's a perfectly reasonable and measured response to goblins.
No, I mean like positive crazy, like crazy, you know?
So to the birds.
So as you guys begin to make your way through the terrain, sort of the tall grass and the hills, the carriage sticks out above the grass, maybe 2-3 feet. The horses are still, the grass itself is, the horses' heads are just a little above it. With the terrain being a little hilly, so it's not easy to manage because you're sort of going in blind. You do after a few minutes find yourself 30-45 minutes or so, you find yourself with the birds almost directly above you. Hayes, go ahead and make another perception check.
$18.
So you notice it fairly quickly on the lookout, and several of you guys begin to notice it as well. There is a smell of decomposition. So as you get closer and closer to where you believe the birds are circling directly above around you, there is that smell of death.
Oh, that's not fresh.
Oof.
So much for dinner.
Reminds me of that plant.
That were disgusting, weren't it? Spitting out dead folk. Ain't no proper thing for a plant to be doing.
Hayes, after a bit of searching around, you find what is causing the smell, which looks like it is the sort of half of a ruined carcass of a horse. The saddle still attached, and several limbs that look like they may have belonged to a person. Where the body is, you're not certain.
Oh, that's a person.
There's an arm and a leg. Is all you can find.
Don't look, Lita. I raised my hand up, but far too low to actually shield her.
I don't claim to be no expert on these matters, but not much that kill and not finish to eat, you know?
Didn't the Inquisitors say there were griffins around here?
Can't say I rightly know much about griffins.
I will inspect the body. With my knowledge of anatomy, I should be able to glean possibly how it was killed.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
A 15.
So looking at the remains, the limbs, particularly the humanoid limbs, because that's the anatomy you're more familiar with, seem like they were pulled by something. You don't see teeth marks per se on the limbs themselves, although the horse is in a much rougher state of decay. The thing that sticks out to you is the blood isn't pooled around the bottom of the corpses that you would expect.
Huh.
Well, Master Quaylen, please, if you would assist.
I'm afraid I'm not too much of a help in these biological matters, but I'll assist if I can.
If I may have a word. Isn't it odd the blood has not pooled under the creature?
Yes, you're quite right, actually. A horse that size would contain several liters of fluids in the body. And an arm alone.
Make an investigation check, Quaylen.
Oh, yes, of course. 19.
Yeah, and you also notice that while there is still blood on the ground underneath the corpses, there isn't anything. There's no trail. So
I've also noticed that there's no trail.
So it does appear that whatever these were was dropped here.
I look up.
I'm gonna go to the saddlebags.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I look up at Bedectus. You may want to keep your head down a bit. A bit of a target up there.
Yes, perhaps it will think I'm a stray egg and try and clutch me up.
So rifling through what remains of the saddlebags, they seem to have been torn. You do find roughly 2 gold pieces worth of silver that's sort of spilled out. And really that's it as far as anything of value.
Guys, look, he has some silver.
You just bought a bunch of potions. Maybe you should hang on to that.
Okay. I won't complain.
If there are things around here that are dropping body parts around, maybe we want to keep an eye out while in these lands.
Yes, would
Don't
be
like the sound
wise.
of that.
Speaking of which, how are you making camp for the evening? Are you staying near the...
Hopefully not here.
The sun is still... the sun is just is beginning to set, so the you only have, maybe 15 minutes of light left.
Oh, my.
Is there anything relatively close by that looks safe?
Make
Tree
a perception
cover.
check. In the distance, you notice a small, rocky hill that looks like it might be a little bit of cover, and give you guys some slight safety. To get there in the dark, it seems a little too far away. So you could, if you race there now, you can maybe get 3/4 of the way there.
There's that place out there over there.
Otherwise, it's just open field.
There's a place over there, but that's about it. We should be okay if we have the hut around here, right?
I don't know. I mean, yes.
Inspiration.
It'll stop anything and everything. Nothing possible ever. Not even a Raksasha.
Yes, sure. Whatever you say, Elf.
It's a pretty good hut, that's all.
It's our best option for now.
This called me unreasonable, but if there's a giant thing coming and dropping body parts around, maybe finding a way to tack down the wagon, and or a way to protect the horses, or the pony and Astor's horse.
Yes.
Like maybe it would be better if they were in the hut.
I don't know if a horse will fit.
Hey, just a little pony.
Just one, isn't it?
But yours is. Astor's got a full-grown horse.
What do you guys
Yeah,
do?
I'm
The sun is
Perhaps find a tree. Well, if it's flying, it'll find it harder to navigate the branches. Find a big, fully grown tree. Hide the horses underneath that.
There's not much around here, just a rocky outcrop over there, and we won't get there in time before dark.
Yeah, we bed the horses down in the tall grass. There'll be no seeing them.
Yeah, can we do like a camouflage and like make a little like a grass thing above them?
You can try anything. So as you guys, you try to rush to get this prepared. Are you lighting any fires, or what are you doing? I know a lot of you have dark vision anyways.
Fire would just attract attention with it.
Yeah. It's a very bad idea.
I would have cast my daylight, but I also agree. It would only make us targets.
So the cold starts to set in quickly as the night, the day turns to night, and the stars begin to shine brightly in the open skies. You guys begin to work and try to create this. I'm guessing like a sort of like camouflage, like grass type net that you can keep the horses underneath. Go ahead and make a. I'll say, Hayes, it was definitely your idea.
I will assist you.
Please, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just make dexterity checks.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Three.
I can't seem to weave them together. My fingers just aren't nimble like yours.
I just show me what to do. Just show me what to.
It says in and out and over and under. Yes, well done.
So with
Hey,
Waylon's ingenuity and Hayes's quick hands, you guys managed to put together this sort of impromptu, almost ghillie style lean-to to keep the horses covered, using a part of the wagon on either side in the tall grass. As the night approaches, the night settles in. Val creates the hut in which you guys begin to sleep over. Asta, where are you keeping watch tonight? Poof.
I'm gonna stand next to around the cot.
Okay.
Like I'm not on the roof this time.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
It's 10.
So while the evening itself is fairly quiet, again you hear the crickets. There is a moment where the sound seems to stop. You don't hear any rustling. You don't hear any animals nearby. Even the crickets seem to go quiet. In the distance above you, you hear like large wings beating. Something landing in the grass.
Guys, you need to wake up.
What does?
Something's here. All of you wake the fuck up.
What is it?
Wait, there is something here. Something big.
Someone poke that gnome.
It's you, is that?
Shut up. Keep it down.
Quaylan, wake up.
I got this, you can have.
I put my hand on his mouth. Master Quaylen, you're going to need to temper your voice. We have company.
Oh, I'm not even dressed.
After a few moments of hushed silence, as all of you like tensely prepare, you hear a bit of rustling nearby, and then from the direction of where the carcass was, you hear that same sound lift into the air. and vanish into the distance.
Did we see it or we just heard it?
You just heard it.
Did you guys hear that?
That was big.
Maybe a big lizard.
Don't like it. Don't like it none.
That sounded like it came from where the horse piece was.
So they like it, they like the taste better after they drop it. Eat it. Come back for it later.
Waste not, want not.
But it was foul.
I can't imagine. I've never seen one before, but I can't imagine the big meat-eating bird is really picky.
No accounting for taste.
How'd you know it was a bird? What if it was a dragon?
Dragon?
I've never imagined a dragon just hanging out in farmland or grassland. Don't they usually like? No, I've heard anyway. I don't know. The children's stories say they like their piles of gold and.
I wouldn't place too much lore on a child's story, Master Hayes. It could have been anything, to be fair. We should investigate. I feel perhaps now is not the time.
Well, if it's just assuming it was the griffin of some sort, and assuming it was over there, would it need to come back?
Possibly. That is why I say we wait it out in the hut till morning, and then see if we can find any prints on the ground. Or any signs of what it might be. What say you all?
I think it's the safest thing is the hut. Can't really go anywhere in the dark.
Didn't notice us yet. Maybe it won't.
Exactly. Best not to tempt fate. Despite all the blessings Lythander might place on us.
So next up on watch, Ash, are you staying awake or Val?
Yeah, I'm still staying awake.
Okay. Go ahead and make another perception check.
So.
So as the night slowly turns to morning, there doesn't seem to be any more sign of whatever it was that you heard in the middle of the night. Most of you get a fairly restless sleep. But as the morning approaches, the sun begins to crest the hillside, and you make your way. You can make your way back to the road, or you can go investigate. It's up to you.
I'm just scanning the skies.
We're not too far from the spot anyway, are we? We didn't make it too far, did we?
No.
Right. Let's quickly investigate this before we leave. We should make up time, though. We've lost ground.
Hey, have a look at this and get ourselves back on the road.
So it's a little difficult to find the initial spot. You do find some remnants of the blood and stuff that was left over, but the majority of the corpse has been, the horse is missing now.
Are there any footprints or markings on the ground?
Make an investigation check. So the soil itself is particularly dry, and throughout the evening it's got that sort of morning dew in the grass, but you don't notice anything. No massive claw marks or no footprints.
Well, did anyone find anything interesting of what might lead us to the creature's identity?
I don't see anything, no. I really don't know where to be looking for, to be honest.
Whatever it is, it's big enough and strong enough to carry a damn horse.
Hey, large and flying not be my realm of expertise.
I think to Adeptus's point, we should probably pack up and be on with our day.
Yes,
I don't
that does
see
not
why we're
tally.
still standing around. Let's go.
For once, I agree with the knave. Onwards.
So we've got a couple more days travel ahead of us. Go ahead and make another tinkering check, Hayes.
Alright.
Not tinkering, thieves' tools.
Yep. $20.
So after a bit of more tinkering, you feel like you've gotten the first two sides down, but the third side, the second you try to get to it, it's just a completely different mechanism that looks very similar to the first, but is completely off. And after hours of working on it, in days, it resets on you, the whole thing.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, so close, so close.
Oh, don't you taunt me, gnome.
You're almost halfway.
I have never in my life seen anything like this. Okay, okay, what about here? So this starts off like this.
And make a perception check.
12.
So the next couple days are also fairly quiet. Very little, foot traffic along. Everybody that does pass by seems to either just ignore you, or exchanges quick, good tidings and praise to Lathander. And as you continue along, the majority of the countryside is a very similar pattern. As you get closer to where you believe the Abylos and Floritus rivers kind of meet up along the coastline, the woods start to thicken, and you begin to see large patches of trees for the first time that sort of indicate to you that the river is near. Off in the distance, several miles away, you do see some of the farmhouses begin to get a little closer together, in what looks like a small village at the entrance to in the tree line. You can either ignore it or go stop.
Some questions about our flying friend.
I don't know how pressing it is, but there was pieces of a person. If someone's missing, say, a loved one, it might be decent to just drop a. Oh yeah, we saw pieces of him.
Oh, aye, and by the way, there be some great, terrible abomination floating about the skies, preying on your friends and family.
Yeah, that's actually probably something we should do now that you mention it.
Let's make it quick. I don't want to be seen by anyone who doesn't like tieflings. I'm staying in horse form for sure.
Yeah, you worried about the rural folk, the small towns, the farmers?
Yeah.
You stick with us, girl. You don't gotta worry about them.
You didn't actually hear any of her responses.
That's right, of course. Yeah.
But it still worked because you
Yeah.
talked to her the same way you would the pony.
Yeah.
I ever tell you about that time?
So as you guys sort of veer off the main road a little bit, and you sort of head towards this the small village, the several farmhouses again turn into a very very tight knit village square. The village itself, crudely made stone and wood structures. Nothing overly fancy, but it does seem to be fairly trafficked. There's a good amount of people. As you guys get to the center, you're beginning to see houses and blacksmiths and shops sort of spread across the village square.
Do we just pull some random villager and say, "Hey, I don't know who to talk to, but we found the corpse," kind of? I don't. Is there like a sheriff we can report this to of some sort of official?
Should be heading for the public house, the hub of the village.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Garmick, I'm not sure what one of these should look like. You want to give me a hand?
Aye, I can give you a little hand looking around there.
And that's with advantage. So first roll was a 17, the second roll was a 6.
Hold on. Sorry. So you do find a sort of, I guess not like a public house. It looks like a scribe or some small courthouse type structure. After a bit of asking around and looking around, inside there is a sort of wide open, almost like living area with a small writing desk by the door itself. The door opens. There is a middle-aged, sort of a attractive, lean, moderately muscular male human with multiple layers of like fur and leathers on, who is sort of leaning against his. Leaning on his arm, almost asleep in his chair at the desk.
Should we wake him up?
It's probably worth his time to hear.
As you guys begin to talk, his eyes sort of dart open quickly. Starts up. Oh, sorry. Apologies, long night. Simon, I'm the bailiff here, and you are?
Well, the 5 best friends, of course.
Okay. And how may I help you?
We were just passing through, and we're on our way. No particular business here, but we were passing through and noticed a circling of birds. A little bit out of town, and upon further examination, we saw pieces of a horse and also pieces of a human. And we did not know if maybe you lost someone recently that. Or if you've heard of anything, but we did find not the whole body, but a few arms and a half-eaten horse.
I can. He sort of looks up. I can send someone out to check. As far as I know, no reports of anyone missing. It's fairly quiet. It's usually fairly quiet here, but there have been sightings. Griffins and possibly wyverns in the area. Looks like maybe a nesting struggle going on or something of that nature. But for the most part, they stay away from the populated areas. So nothing I've heard of, but we can definitely check it out. I appreciate the report.
Yeah, there's not much there left. Whatever it was came while we were sleeping to take the rest, but just thought we were passing through and thought it pertinent to inform someone.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Again, I'll gather some of the villagers. We'll go check it out again. We appreciate it. 5 best friends.
Pastor curtsies, takes off his hat, and bows.
Yeah.
So, anyways, was that everything you needed? Are you guys travelers? You don't look like you're from around here.
I guess you could say that, yes.
Well, if you're looking to stay the night, there's we do have a tavern here. It's not many rooms. Hearthen's kind of a small, quiet place. But where are you headed?
What did he call that place?
Ilusk, I believe.
Ilisk. So are you sorcerers or mages, scholars?
I have written several notable pieces of literature, yes.
I too be a leading authority on scholarly matters.
Yes, despite his appearance, Master Gremnik is a treasured scholar, traveling with the esteemed Quailin Kazoo, don't you know?
I'm quite sure you've heard of me, at least.
You can't say I have, sir. We don't get a lot of books out here, except for, of course, the Mira Zawad ones. Have you ever met Mira?
I am familiar with her work, yes.
Oh man, I love those books. I always thought it'd be real cool to be like you guys and just adventure out,
Well, the good is good, but sometimes you're getting stabbed in the guts when you're sleeping or swallowed by lizards.
His eyes get real wide. Like how big? What size lizard are you talking? Like a wyvern?
Biggest
size?
lizards you ever seen.
Like 5 houses tall.
And it might have been
dragon slayers or monster hunters or something?
Just folk. Just folk, most, you know. We go, we do what gets us gold. No more doing for gold, we go.
So,
Yeah,
like,
that's
mercenary scholars? I've never heard of such a thing.
yes, it were the original, first of its kind.
Does there has to be a label on everything?
I mean, I guess not. Well, anyways, you're not gonna find much
What are
work for your type around here. But it's like I said, we're just a quiet town. But again, if you guys spend the night at the tavern, I'd love to hear some more stories.
You buy old Gremnick a drink, and he might have some stories to tell. How is the ale in this town, anyways? Is it watery? You tell old Gremnick.
For you, Master Dwarf, I'm not certain if it's to your caliber. We make it locally. It's brewed locally. It's not, it's what we're used to. I don't have much to compare it to.
It's not brewed from eggs, is it?
Oh.
The old egg beer.
I'm not familiar with this technique. It doesn't sound too appealing, so I can assure you it is not.
No.
But yeah, we've been on the road for a bit now. Maybe a bed wouldn't be the worst thing.
Well, I can't promise you much. Again, we are a small town. We get some merchants and things of that nature, some scholars from time to time telling stories. But it's better than sleeping on the grass.
You seem to really like stories.
Well, I'm sorry, miss. It's just we don't get many out here. It's a quiet town.
Why don't you go out and adventure?
I don't know. I've thought about it a couple times. It's just a lot, to up and abandon where you came from and just head out. I admire your fortitude.
It's, I guess. I think you should give it a shot one day. Just do it,
Oh. I will think about that. I don't know if this town can handle, not having me around to keep the peace. Tell one farmer stop shitting on the other farmer's land,
Has that happened?
Way too many times.
Well, they just go over there and take a shit on their neighbour's lawn.
I don't know what it is about this place.
It's a daily occurrence.
I think folk just need something to argue about. Keep things lively from time to time. In general, it's very peaceful. But anyways, I'll let old Norman know you're on your way, if need be, or just head on over. Just keep heading down the main street here. You should be able to find the tavern easy enough.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you, and like I said, let me round up some folk and see if I can't. You said it was down the road a ways. Look for the birds.
They might be gone now that the corpse is gone, but what's the best way? There was like this outcrop with some rocks about 20 minutes away from it. Besides that, it was the only outcrop of rocks in the entire field, so that's the only marker we had.
I think I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the place, so yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it out there tonight, but we can definitely go and search on tomorrow. But I appreciate the insight, and I would tell you guys, continue traveling. You just be careful. It's they tend to leave large groups alone, but stray cattle or the horses, they will try to pick off in the evening sometimes. They're not typically aggressive, but it is that time of year. They got young to feed.
I never thought about the griffin birding cycle before.
Well, again, it's typically they'd stick to the woods and some of the game, and we leave them be. But there's been some talk of wyverns spotted that aren't typical for this area, and I think it's upsetting the balance of the hunting the territories, and maybe that's why they have branched out to the roads. It's tough to say, but just be safe out there.
We appreciate it. Just out of curiosity, if say one were to be interested in taking out the wyverns that jostling things up, who would we speak to about that?
Well, I don't know that. I know anybody would be actively looking to get rid of them. You could talk to. It'll probably be Norman's tonight, but you could talk to one of the farmers who swears he's seen him picking up the cattle. I don't even know, and I please take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know that I trust. Most of these people just make up stories to pass the time, but look for Ernest at the tavern. You'll find him tonight, and he'll maybe he'll offer you something.
Thank you. Does anyone need anything else?
No.
Nay.
Yeah, you said it was parchment lying around.
So the what?
Well, some parchment lying around. I want a piece of paper.
Yeah. You need paper, sir? Or are you just trying to steal it?
No, I'm asking. I'm being no.
Yeah, no, of course. Help yourself. It's not like a much to write down. Captain's log. Nothing happened.
Finally.
Guy shits on other guy's property.
I swear to God, you would be amazed.
All right, I think. Do you want to head for the tavern now?
Yeah. Let's go.
As soon as you guys head back out into the main street, you find you walk another 100, 150 yards or so, and you find the small 2-story tavern. It's sort of log stone with like large windows and a small pond in the front area of it.
So anywhere covered, we can leave the horses.
What?
Is there anywhere covered we can leave the horses?
There is a small stable that you can move the horses into. As you guys tie up the horses for the evening, Khalida, are you staying out there?
Yeah.
Okay. As you enter in, there's a the structure itself is covered with small hunting and game trophies. There's antlers on the walls. There's a couple pelts. These sort of like antique cabinets filled with random oddities. A small fireplace that is very dimly lit. in the corner with a big pot on it that seems to be cooking something for the evening's dinner. In the middle of the, just in the open in the tavern. The bar itself is small. There are no patrons, but as you enter, a sort of portly gentleman pokes his head out from the back and hello, what do we have here, guests? Well, I'll be Norman Chance. Folks, have a seat. You looking for an inn? You looking for a place to stay for the evening? Can I interest you in some food? Some beverage?
All of those things.
Yes, give us the works.
Well,
Pleasure to meet you, Norman.
Well, the pleasure's mine, miss. We don't get too many of your elven folk around here. Actually, quite the motley crew you've got. Well, go ahead and grab a seat. Pick any one of those tables. I'll be over in just a minute. So as you guys sit down, Norman comes back over. He brings down several tankards of ale. The beer, Gremnick, is a little hoppy. Strong, but not, it's not overly watered down. So, decent enough.
Yeah, further you get from the city, the better the drinks be getting.
Well, thank you. That brew is actually brewed a couple fields over.
Well, they know what they're doing. Now, for long legs, that is. For long legs.
It's a bit of a town project. We sort of all pitch in and help out with the process. It's a lot of work and not a lot of money to be had with it, but it keeps us warm in those cold nights. You know what I mean?
Always well worth the work.
Of course. Anyways, so I've got some fresh fish stew. Fish we caught just this morning over on the river.
Fish.
Yes, that.
That'll be coming up in a little bit. Not quite there yet. The wife's prepared a nice crowberry tart for the evening. But in the meantime, I can get you guys some bread, maybe a bit of bacon fat. Tide you over.
Bacon.
Aye.
Fantastic.
Long dusty road. How much have we had on there?
Bacon fat.
Never just had bacon fat before. It's a salty.
Well, where's the rest of the bacon?
And it is literally like breads just soaked in like bacon grease.
A country delicacy. I will have to try, I suppose.
Well, I'll tell you, when you need the protein in a pinch, it's a pretty good, but it's a tasty treat. It's not,
But yeah, just everything that you just mentioned sounds great. I'll have all of it.
Aye, all of it.
Same.
Fantastic.
As will I.
Oh, fantastic! In a room for the evening, I see. So I've got three rooms available. Meager accommodations, but if you guys don't mind splitting.
We're used to that by now.
Which one of you gets to share with the little guy? He seems like that's probably the best company. I mean, I didn't mean you, Master Dwarf. You got a bit of an odor to you. I was talking more of the quiet little gnome.
Oh, no one wants to bunk with old Gremnick. I see.
He sort of looks around the table at everybody's faces and says, "Well, yeah, that seems about right." So one room for just the dwarf, and the rest split between the two of you. Or the 5 of you.
5-ish, best friends, of course.
of course. So, what brings y'all what brings y'all to Hartdale?
Matters of state. Forgive us if we don't reveal more of our purpose.
I heard the Emperor had a son. Was that regarding that? Are you guys coming from the capital?
Not from the capital, no.
Oh, okay. Well, is it some sort of secret mission? Can't tell old Norman.
I would not wish to burden you with such knowledge, as I'm sure everyone would agree.
Well, we are simple folk here, so.
Well, what happened was a bunch of people have been shitting on other people's property, and we're here doing a study for it, for a journal.
Can you tell us, mate, how often do you shit on your neighbour's lawn?
Listen. You're all right. So
I take out a quill and paper and watch as if I'm recording it.
I'm not sure who you talk to, but it sounds like you've been talking to the bailiff, and it sounds like he's talking about Everard.
Everard?
Everard and Galena. They are always at each other's throats. That family's been fighting since before my granddaddy built this tavern.
Before Granddaddy. Got it.
And at this point, I think they will literally squabble over anything, including who shits where.
How extreme do these shittings go?
Again, it's not. I don't think it's even about the shit. It's just
we're here about the shit.
It's a dispute over a piece of property that happens to have the fondant's outhouse, and the problem is that the LaHoods believe that their family owns that outhouse and they should have sole privilege to it. The fondants don't see it that way, and there's plenty of room to shit anywhere you want, but it's just something they find to argue about.
Why don't they just split it in half? You get half an outhouse, you get half an outhouse, and there you go.
Because then they have nothing to talk about, and the boredom would probably
they could
kill
talk
them.
about how their outhouse doesn't work anymore. And it's the other guy's fault.
It's a good point. Well, if they're around tonight, be sure to offer your 2 cents. Although, if I have to hear another story about who shits where, I will probably shit myself.
Well, we're not here for opinions, I guess. We're here to do a story, guys.
Sorry, you're going to be the one who interviews the shit disputers?
I thought that was Gremnick's job.
More of a hobby.
But yeah, I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm just going to sit here and eat the fish soup when it is available, and I'll take some of that the bread with the bacon grease.
Absolutely. So he goes and he obviously brings back some of the bread. Is there anything you guys want to talk about as the day starts to turn to evening? A few of the patrons fill up. You guys gain quite a bit of attention. Everybody that comes in asks the same line of questions. Who are you? Where you from? You headed. You come from the capital. Do you know anything about anything going on in Casarda? Are you scholars? Are you adventurers? It's the same line of question. And nobody leaves you alone the second they walk in. All they want to do is talk to you.
And we just give a different answer every time.
Yes.
Like that.
Yep.
Which is causing quite the stir at the bar, because clearly they're all debating in sort of whispering, not so hushed tones, about who you guys really are and what you're doing, which turns into all kinds of other theory, and conspiracy, and random talk. So, is there something specific you guys were looking to accomplish the evening?
We're looking for an Ernest.
I do believe that was his name.
Okay.
Ernest, the Birdman.
So, again, through the course of the evening, you guys are looking out for an Ernest, and nobody's really catching your attention. You're listening for names. You start asking around. Finally, a little later in the night, the fella bursts in. Very, covered in dirt. He just reeks of manure. Looks like a long day in the fields. Gruff-looking, large build. Saddles up to the bar, and everybody kind of gives him a wide berth. And oh well, Ernest, I was wondering if you were going to make it in tonight. Same as usual. Yeah, same as usual will do. Thank you. Well, these folks here were looking for you. I think the bailiff sent them here. I think something about your wyvern problem. I don't know why none of you folk believe me about this. Why I saw it with my own two eyes, Norman. I saw the damn thing. It pulled my cow right out of the field. I didn't say I didn't believe you, Ernest. Maybe go talk to those folk. He sort of turns and you see him walk in your direction. Well,
Ernest.
Well, you're a mighty looking group. What brings you to go to Old Hardtail?
Just some food and some drink, and a bed after a few nights on the road.
So I hear you're looking for me. You're gonna try to take care of this wyvern problem. Nobody fucking in this town believes a word I say, apparently. He just he pulls a chair up and just slams it down, sits down, right, pushes you guys aside, slams his beer under the table. I tell you, I saw the thing.
We may or may not have seen evidence.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you, because this thing was as big as two houses. Maybe not two. Well, I mean, like two horses.
That's
like a gnome's house.
Maybe like a gnome's house. What's it like for this little guy? Yeah, maybe like two of those houses, but like three horses. But it was definitely like 4 cows big, right? I mean, this thing was big, and with these big, glowing red eyes and vicious teeth and these wings, and it was just claws that it just pulled old Esmeralda right up out of the ground. I saw her little face. There was nothing I could do. Bye, Esmeralda, as this winged demon swoops from the sky, pulls her away into the distance. And these fuckers, lazy bastards, these cowards, don't want to believe me. Think I made it up.
How long ago was this?
This was, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
What's its face like?
His face?
The beast face.
Oh, well. Like like some sort of monstrous demon from the nine hells.
What color was it?
Pitch black.
I'd like to make an insight check.
Go ahead.
See if he believes. Oh, if we believe him.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
That's a 7.
So while you feel there may be some slight embellishment, for the most part, he believes he is telling you exactly what he saw. I swear to you, boys and girls, the only thing this thing did not do was shoot fire at me. I'm lucky I made it out alive, because it swooped in, took Esmeralda in a pinch, and was gone. Flew off somewhere to the east.
Yeah. You be forgiven, old Gremnick, but someone mind explaining what a wyvern be?
It's like a dragon. And it's only got 2 legs.
You ever see? It's like a giant lizard with wings.
Gremnick's eyes widen and then narrow.
Lizards, you say? Aye, we'll help you.
The biggest, evilest, demonic lizard you ever seen.
Aye, like demon lizards.
Well, luckily you found the 5 best friends. We sort of know a thing or two about killing monsters of sorts.
Well, listen, folk, I appreciate it, and whereas I want to see this demon spawn lay to rest in my poor Esmeralda's soul, may she rest in peace, retributed, we are meager folk here. There's not much I could offer you, other than, the blessings of Lathander upon you for the good deeds you will do.
Not another one.
You're in Lathander country. What do you expect?
Yes, there'll be a lot more of us too. I quite agree. There is always another morning.
Yes, unfortunately not for poor Esmeralda. May she always find the dog. She's grazing in the fields of Elysium now.
Oh, don't do this. No, it's okay. Don't cry. Here, have some bread.
Thank you. He just starts stuffing all of it into his mouth. I tell you, I love that cat. I just love it.
Yes, they're there. Now chin up. Guys, we can't just let the wyvern. Maybe it's not doing anything too much right now to anybody else, but I think he's telling the truth.
Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he just described the black dragon. I don't know about you, but I'm not in no rush to be finding no dragon.
I could go for some clobbering the lizards, but we still got our most pressing issue to be dealing with, if you know what I'm saying. What's got us on the road to begin with?
Yes, you're right.
Maybe this be a thing we could take a look at on our way back from dealing with that most pressing issue.
I just look over to the sobbing, bread-filled face of of the farmer there. Edgar, what was it again? Some name.
Ernest.
You're looking at Ernest and Ernest?
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I think Gremlin, you're probably right. As bad as I feel, yeah, we do have that issue.
Don't need that issue sneaking up on us while we're, elbow deep in the guts of a wyvern or some such.
Ernest, so we do believe you, but we were just here passing through. We were more interested to see if there's something that could be done quickly, but unfortunately we are pressed for time.
But we do intend on passing back this way.
Yes, well, we'll see if I've got any livestock left by the time they're done. But, I appreciate y'all taking the time at least to believe my fucking story. Norman. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Like, you don't think I don't remember that time you had that snakes in the fucking basement? Yeah, whatever. Snake as big as your fucking mama. Call me a liar, piece of shit.
Asto loves this guy. He's just not taking his eye off him.
Anyways, I appreciate that. If there's any help I can be, like I said, from here, I saw the creature fly east with Esmeralda, somewhere towards the mountains there, the tip of the sunrise.
And what do you reckon, mate, it would take to kill it?
Oh, I'm not sure, sir. I've killed deer, I've killed cattle, I had a particularly angry bull who was getting up there in age. He was feisty, and he was a tough kill, and he did not want to go down. He was too old. He couldn't even see out of neither of his eyes. But still, just the fire of hell inside of him. I don't know what it would take to kill this type of creature. Not exactly old Ernest's forte. I'm a bit of an animal lover. Not really a killer, if you haven't figured that out. Which is tough, because looking at him, he's a massive guy. I mean, these big bare paws, like of hands. He's, really, really, like gigantic for a human.
Yeah, that is clear, for sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Very Lenny from a Mice and Men vibe going on. For sure, if we were running so pressed for time, we'd tackle this immediately, but on the way back, perhaps. Well, like
I'm sure we can make time for clobbering.
I appreciate you listening to the story, and if you find something out there, just be careful.
We will. We've been around the proverbial block a few times.
I wish you folk good luck wherever it is you're headed. I've heard you're headed on a diplomatic mission to Astapor. I've also heard that you are some sort of horse merchants on your way to bring some sort of fine horse to the Emperor's son. I've also heard that you are buskers. So whatever it is y'all are doing, good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, they were something in there. That realm is true.
Well, like I said, you folk find the creature, come and see me. I can't do much for you, but I will open my home to you. With that, I bid you a good night. And so he sort of gets up and stumbles back to the bar to refill his tankard. The night comes to a close. The tavern sort of closes down fairly early. Most of you, with the exception of Kalita, sleep inside. Is there anything you wish to do before the morning?
Stowe's gonna spend some time scribbling on his paper.
Okay.
Just stuffing my face and going through. It's been a while from the road since I've had a decent grooming, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time before I go to bed. Getting the mats out of my fur and sticking a leg up, looking in strange places sometimes.
Gremnik goes to the stable with 3 tankards, one for himself, one for Kalita, and one for his pony. And, proceeds to, hang out with them and bring Kalita up to speed on the events of the evening.
And I should quietly read my prayer book.
So as you guys settle in for another quiet night on the road, the morning comes as you guys prepare to head back out for the essentially second half of your journey to Ilisk and across the Ebelos into the Ilisk countryside. And we will pick up there next week.
Right.
Nice.
Very exciting episode this evening. Thank you everybody for sticking in there and watching with us. We appreciate all the support. Love the new listeners. Thank you, Family Fantasy. Thank you, Talmud, of course, as always. Make sure if you guys are coming over from the Instagram or anywhere else, we have a Discord channel that's down there in the link. Come hang out with us. We play all kinds of other games. We talk about D&D. We post D&D memes. Currently, we're playing a lot of Barotrauma, a lot of, I think the boys are playing Ark. We have an Ark server that's, whatever you're fancy. We've got somebody who will probably play it with you.
We do.
Yeah, come hang out with us. It's a good time. Big shout out to, of course, our sponsors. We got BB War Games, who sponsors the episodes and does a lot of the maps that I use for the combat scenarios. As well as 2 Minute Tabletop. So I used to build some of the ones I have to make myself on the fly. And with that, I think that's all I have. Ryan, did you have anything else you wanted to shout before we leave?
No, I think you about covered it.
Don't even need you. Never need you again.
No.
Well,
no.
Again, thank you guys so much.
What good am I?
Stay safe out there in your own travels. Look out for wyverns, and we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.